Hello?
See this guy with the dance, with the leather jacket. No be yori, but I dey bust your bracket. What's up, buy the beat? This time when you got the shake. You dey feel like man, you know say me, I know the rig. See the guy got the dance. You dey feel the way me say I come here to the yarn. Show them say you sabi, show them say you self you man. Hey, no be lie, see the boy with the man. Hey, I see my guy normally I come to drop bars, something way be top notch. I don't dey shake the guy, he self gonna shop vlog. Everybody they feel I'm the way and they drop some. The guy don't they smile, feel like say your head is on bug. He self he dey feel the way I just dey go. The flow is dope. He self he don't dey feel I'm on the low. I savage on the beat, you know say me self gonna bad. Who be this your fine baby like this waiting for your man? Fine girl, what's up? If I come now, make we talk now. I know say you self you play with man, but make it no come be like say me self go for your hand. Make we interact one-on-one. Did they get them now? Or this your get you fine, be like say you pack it down. But everybody done they feel am, they know say you bad. Everybody done they see them, know say yes you do. Collect the fight, my guy. You self God, you know you joke. Collect the fight, make it no come they leave me hanging. It's not like they don't know that yeah the thing is banging. I like the guy because he be loving how I'm sounding. Everybody they see him, they know say the thing they boss. This the way everybody.
Àròwó dájọ́ ṣùgbọ́n arọ́pẹ́dá mọ́rí àbábíkà ìyá Ramadan gbogbo ẹnu ló máa gbẹ bí àsìkò Harmattan. Olúwa dákun jọ gbẹ́bẹ̀ mi benefit mo fẹ́ jẹ mi ò fẹ́ jẹ̀bi ẹni tó wà nǹkan àwẹ̀ kó má rí mi ní kọ́nà bíbẹ̀ kọ́ àgbà lámbà bí Olúwa bọ́nà báríkà ìyá Rasulullah mákìmí pàdé lọ kíjù mat bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run tákùlà láìlà ìlàlà báríkà ìyá Rasulullah mákìmí lọ kíjù mat bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run tákùlà láìlà ìlàlà. Àwẹ̀ tán ojú tajọ̀sán Ọlọ́run ló mọye ládá 30 bag. Nothing should tamper with my ego. Èmi mo lẹ̀sìn mi sẹ́ mo lè fi brag. Ẹgbẹ́ Ọlọ́run tóbi Allahu Akbar.
Ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Atima ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Wanama ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Susu, baby, subramia. Baby, subramia. Suku, sunu, baby, subramia. Suku, sunu, baby, subramia. Suku, sunu, baby, subramia. Ejemo, anamana. Ejemo, anamana. Wanamejemo, anamu. Karatuba jodiri chukuma dukutuba jodiri ndimo eguma wego. Karatuba jodiri chukuma dukutuba jodiri ndimo eguma wego. Obodo jisike nubo seruna. Oyibo.
It is everyone, befere.
Ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Atima ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Wanama ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Ayandaba, 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 ayandaba. Susu, baby, subramia. Suku, sunu, baby, subramia. Suku, sunu, baby, subramia. Suku, sunu, baby, subramia.
Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you just have to act like you are drunk, like you are crazy. Confuse your enemies, confuse them.
Oboda say yeah, we mo. akara mi nguru ma mi ga kwuru m ụgwọ ya baby mo abe Maria ayandaba Sunu baby subaramia Soko sunu baby subaramia
Ase kwa nefo jabani si akuna nyego mkambasi ozo. Since I was born, but now I am getting youth. Akuna mota nwa akuna koga book.
Okay now.
To person between my pen.
I see.
As a panawata, the wedding forget me.
Okay.
Papa, you look at him. I'm not getting Mama said, I want to go. I got no mamma telumba. Oh, where would he get? I got you put it on
When you go to major parks, they live as if they are in the jungle. Lagos is Lagos. It is not jungle. You either obey our law or go to your own jungle.
May your reign see prosperity. May Nigeria continue as a united country. Thank you, India Anambra. A lot of my friends are from Anambra here.
orin àyájọ́ ni orin àyájọ́ ni wọ́n dìde wọ́n pínlẹ̀ ogun oyin tí mo rí ká bá mi wáyé dà ká ní kó bá mi wá.
So I needed to land on a particular spot before I removed it from the screen. It goes on to say Aman Nwokpani. That's what he said. Aman Nwokpani. So all that Aman Nwokpani. So all that. Good day to you. Good to be in your company. All that. Good day to you. Good to be in your company. And how are you? So that yes. Good day to you. So sorry. Let me actually play another song. I was actually in the midst of. I was on a chocolate just when that music stopped. So I need to cleanse my palate before we start all over again. Let me play you a little something. Let me play you this. And there it is right there. Agbelu sile atunfenuwi. Can you imagine that? Just the depth of the richness of the language. Actually, let me play you something. This is something that I saw this online and I sent it to Baba. It's so rich. I keep on telling you about and I wasn't even intending to do this, but let me do it anyway. I saw it online and then I sent it to Baba. I always try to tell you guys about the richness of the depth of the Yoruba language. And is this it? Let me see. What was that text I sent to? Yes. I've always told you about the richness of the depth of the Yoruba language. So let me give you a sample of just what that is. When I saw this, I was just so blown away by it. I had to send it to Baba. I think I sent it to Kulata as well. And listen to this.
Lolójú jíjìn ní ti mẹ́kún sùn.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, àti òkèrè báyìí lolójú jíjìn ti mẹ́kún sùn òde ní.
Bá a ti mọ làáké, ẹ̀lírí ò lè ké bí erin.
Ajá ló lẹ́rù, irọ́ ni pẹpẹ ń pa.
Ẹyẹ yóò ti di méjì bí, ó yẹ máa sọ́bọ̀.
Igi tí bá ń sin ẹyẹ kì í pé fólóko.
Igi tí ń sẹyẹ pé fólóko, ó di méjì sí méjì.
Ẹni ogún bá ya lágbọ̀n, òun ló ń mọ̀ròyìn ọ̀tẹ̀.
Ẹni ogún bá ya lágbọ̀n ló ń mọ̀ròyìn ọ̀tẹ̀. Ó deep, ó di mẹ́ta.
Ọ̀sági lọ́gbẹ́, ó tó gùrọ̀ lọ́fà. Ó dòde ọ̀pẹ ọgbẹ́nu òkè ọ̀fẹ́ ní ro.
Sọ́fẹ́ ní ó di mẹ́ta sí mẹ́ta.
Bọ́kọ̀ kan ò rè jìnrìn, ẹgbẹgbẹ̀rún ẹ̀ á lọ.
Bí ọkọ̀ kan ò rè jìnrìn, ẹgbẹgbẹ̀rún ẹ̀ á lọ di mẹ́rin.
Ẹni tí ó jorí èé wojú.
Ẹni tó máa jorí.
Kò ní wojú.
Kò ní wojú, á jẹ ojú mẹ́rin.
Right, it goes on and on. If you want it, I can send it to you. Let me. What did he say there? All of them impressed me, but that one especially impressed me.
ọkọ̀ọ̀kan òre jìnrìn ẹgbẹgbẹ̀rún ẹ̀ á lọ di mẹ́rin.
ẹni tí ó jorí èèwojú.
ẹni tó máa.
And by the way, when I tell you about that, the Oyo people are the progenitors of the Yoruba language. So that accent right there, that is the Oyo accentuation right there at its purest, most beautiful form. Not this guy, but the somewhat older gentleman. So listen to it again.
Lord Mary.
ẹni tí ó jorí èèwojú.
So there it is right there. Ento Jori Ewoju, can you imagine that? Just the beauty of it. Ento Jori Ewoju, imagine that. If I try to translate it into English, as I often say, it will lose its resonance because the Yoruba language, as I've said endlessly on this platform, is spoken in inferred meaning. Do you understand? It's spoken in inferences so that the recipient have to then go and digest it to whatever capacity they have to understand it. Do you understand? So it's spoken in inferred meanings, and there's a reason why the Yoruba language is not a frontal language, because we find frontal language, we find direct speaking too aggressive. You know, because we consider it uncivilized to speak so frontally at people. You know, we consider it uncivilized. So that's why we speak in inferred meanings. Do you understand? Yes, so you probably don't, but I think the Yorubas will understand exactly what I mean. About all that, huh? Well done, Adana. And you know it's deeper than that. He who eats the head does not look at it's actually the eyes. Do you understand? So let's say, for instance, you know, in the African culture, we eat the whole of the body of an animal. Especially, imagine a chicken, for instance. We eat including the head. And if you want to eat the head of the chicken, the eyes of that chicken might well put you off. But what that idiom, what that metaphor is telling you, is that if you are going to eat a head, then then you wouldn't look at the eyes. Which is to tell you then that if you want to go for something, you don't give considerations to the fripperies or the sensibilities of it. You go aggressively, you achieve that point, and then after that achievement, then you can then look back with the nicety. So, Entio Majori Konwoju, can you imagine that? It's just so rich. So all that, good day to you, good to be in your company, all that. Protocol remains the same. Click on the like. I don't know why I ask you to do it. Nobody ever does it. We have plateaued in a particular point for God knows how long. So I'm just sorry. I say it really more for the purposes of me having routinious. I just say it because I know it's not going to be actioned, but nevertheless you live in hope. Click on the like button just as I invite you to do so. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Come join me via the hyperlink that says StreamYard. If you want to, yes, like, share, subscribe. So those are the first three things. Is it? Yes, I think it's more a parable than an idiom. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Kolade, a parable. Yes. Yeah, it's a parable more than an idiom. Thank you for that, Kolade. So yes, click on the like button. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Come join me via the hyperlink that says StreamYard. Share the links just as widely as you can and super chat to us to stream. We only had one person super chatting yesterday. Usually we have a complement of 5 people doing that. So maybe we get back to that tradition, that convention of having 5 people super chat. And say hello in the comment section just as you're coming in so that I can acknowledge your presence and say hello back. That way, all of the nice... I'm going to send that clip to you, Ayo. I think you'll enjoy it. The one I just played there. I sent it to Baba. I sent it to Kolata. I sent it to you as well. So say hello in the comment section so I can say hello back, and then that way all the pleasantries complete. So that's Agbado Tinubu right there saying hello. That's Adana right there. I didn't even know it was a Yoruba man till he started interpreting Yoruba parables now, not idioms but parable. That's Kolade, correct me right there. So thank you, Kolade. That's Ayo right there, the CEO of the platform, and that is the man showing off his new boots. Chioma told me off for giving you that spanner, Tim Jack, and that's traveling man right there, who hopefully at some point will reach his destination and stop traveling. So keep saying hello in the comment section just as you're coming in, so I can acknowledge your presence and say hello back. So all those. Also, over, and apologies for the late start, but no apologies for the late start because, of course, that is now the new normal. But that's Oga right there. So I think that's Baba's favorite duo, isn't it? Ayu and Oga, just the banter, that they just. So over, shall we just get started? Let's get started. They say better late than never, and you want to think better late than never. To this headline, ex-NNPCL boss Mele Kyari submits self to EFCC. So he has submitted himself to EFCC, and EFCC consequently have summarily detained him. If you are looking at there are about 5 people that damaged that country under Buhari. That number 1 is Buhari himself, of course, because he was the enabler, and then number 2 is Abubakar Malami. Number 3 is Emefiele. And then number 4, in fact, if we're going by the hierarchy of things, number 1 is Buhari. Number 2 will be Abubakar Malami because he is savaged that country just so ruthlessly. And then number 3 will be this Mele Kyari right there, and alongside Emefiele. So they might well be joint number 3s because they were the money end of just the gluttonous, just unforgiving looting that took place under that space. Those were the money ends of it. This was the guy that was invoicing 100 million liters petrol per day as our consumption. It was invoicing that for the whole of that 8 years. And then, of course, Emefiele was the one signing the check that they were disappearing to the Middle East. Ex-NNPCL boss Mele Kyari submits self to EFCC. Mele Kyari, a former group chief executive officer of the Nigerian Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL), on Wednesday visited the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) office. Kyari arrived EFCC headquarters in Abuja at about 2:15 p.m. He was invited to answer questions on financial and technical matters during his time in office. Recall that the EFCC had placed Kyari on its watch list over an ongoing probe into the 7.2 billion naira. Recall that the EFCC had placed Kyari on its watch list over an ongoing probe into the $7.2 billion refinery turnaround maintenance. This is just as the Federal High Court in Abuja ordered a temporary freezing of 4 bank accounts linked to Kyari due to allegations of fraud. So I think these people just laugh really whenever they say, "Oh, they are freezing their." Mele Kyari doesn't have a bank account in it's like do you know when you are driving and then you keep loose change in that little pocket? You know that sort of container bit in your car, that you put loose things in, that you put loose change in case you needed change, maybe for the trolley at the supermarket or for whatever. So is that it? So seizing or freezing Mele Kyari's bank accounts in Nigeria is tantamount to taking hold of that loose change in somebody's car and telling them then that you are holding their finances in suspension. So Mele Kyari doesn't have his bank account in Nigeria. He has his bank account spread all over a lot of it in the Middle East, and a lot of it parked alongside Peter Obi's Seychelles money, wherever it is. You know how Peter Obi was parking the southeastern money in the Caribbean. So forget seizing his bank accounts, but that's that. So that's that. So let's see. So that's that. So that's how you're right there doing the super chatting. So that is that one. Shall we go on from that to the next? So now this one right here, this is a culture that needs to stop because these people they don't have the muscles to act in the manner that they're trying to act. So listen, this is a culture that needs to stop because these people they don't have the muscles to act in the manner that they are trying to act. Police arrest self-acclaimed Obi of Lagos. So this behavior has to stop. The Ghanaians now are burning down their shops and they are kicking them out of their country and all of that. The one that called himself an Eze in some region in some county in Lagos State, in some area in Lagos State. He's in custody now, and this one now wants to declare himself the Obi of Lagos. So just stop it. You know, you are not the Hausa Fulanis that have muscles. You are neither the Yorubas that have muscles. You don't have the muscles to act in the manner that you're trying to act. Police arrest self-acclaimed Obi of Lagos. So that's another one then that will learn the lesson fairly quickly. Lagos State Police Command. Lagos State Police Command today, Wednesday, September the 10th, arrested a self-acclaimed traditional ruler who paraded himself as the Obi of Lagos along with 3 others, thereby foiling their attempt to mislead the public through an unlawful installation ceremony. In a statement released, the deputy spokesperson of the Lagos State Police Command, DSP Babasheyi Olusheyi, what a name, Babasheyi Olusheyi, said the principal suspect, engineer Chibueke Azubike M, age 65, an indigene of Oboduku, Ancient Kingdom, somewhere in Imo State, was arrested alongside 3 co-conspirators, Chief Chibuzo Ani, Chief Martins, Nwa, or something, just a bunch of Igbo names. So they've been rounded up. Olusheyi said all 4 suspects are presently in custody at the Lagos State Police Command Headquarters, Ikeja. According to Olusheyi, intelligence available to the command indicated that the group had finalized arrangements to unveil a prototype of a purported 1.5 billion naira palace of Obi of Lagos State on Saturday, September the 30th, 2025 at Apple Hall, Amuwo, Odofin. Acting on this information, the police promptly sealed off the venue in order to forestall any breach of peace and to protect unsuspecting members of the public from being misled. In furtherance to this Prevention Act, the command deployed adequate manpower, including conventional police operatives, a core strike force teams, and other tactical squads to the premises earmarked for the ceremony. Their presence was to guarantee that the event did not hold as planned and to ensure that public order and peace within the area was not compromised. The police image maker added that the suspects are currently in detention and investigation is progressing into their nefarious activities. He mentioned that the outcome of the investigation will be made public and they will be charged to court accordingly. His arrest comes after an Osun-based monarch vowed to file a petition over Azubuike paraded himself as a monarch in Lagos. In a telephone chat, Azubuike, however, argued that he is not the Obi of Lagos, but the Obi of Indigbos of Lagos. So there is no, just stop it now. It's just getting ridiculous. It's like these people are glutton for punishment. I mean, just stop it. Nobody's interested. You're not funky enough to be cute. So don't try to be cute now. Just don't. Let me show you this. Let me show you why I'm getting somewhat a little bit irate. Let me play you this series of clips. I was going to play it at the latter end after I've done all the readouts, But let me play you this series of clips. This is the consequence of this sort of action. We've seen the consequence in Lagos now. The one that called himself the Eze of where was he? Was it Badagry or somewhere? They locked him up. That was saying that he will bring the IPOBs to come and form a force in Lagos State. He's locked up. This one parading himself as the OB of Lagos State. He's locked up. The one that is declared himself the Eze of Ghana. The consequences of that guy declaring himself the Eze of Ghana is this. Watch this.
The association.
I don't know.
I'm asking you to comply in the market.
I don't know what I want to comply to.
Yes, so you have to come to us. I'm the chairman in the market. I'm calling upon Nigerians. You're a Nigerian. Just come and see me. That's all.
So by closing shop.
Yes.
How?
Because we have issues in the market.
We have been here for long.
It doesn't matter. I know you. I know you. But you see,
we have regularized all documents.
70% of people. Yes, I understand.
It's not today.
A lot of people have closed their shop. They are not different from anybody.
And different from anybody.
No. We are all human beings.
So
if people are complying,
if they close their shop, maybe they know the reason. They have skeleton.
Nobody has skeleton. Nobody has skeleton.
So myself and
we call the Nigerians to meet with them concerning issues in the market.
Have you given us?
Yes,
there's no written letter.
We've made announcements in the market. We've written to. These are your elders in the market. CY, Monken, yes.
So that's what's going on in Ghana, and it doesn't stop there. Let me show you. The Ghanaians are fed up with these people. Watch this.
We don't hate Nigerians. You know, understand? You entire Nigeria. But a bit more Jawayano, Miniaba, and yet, they say, I can't obtain a chobiti, obtain a kumobi, Udukaswa, a shower one, young pennies. So enough is enough. Thank you.
Apparently, they are all there selling phone covers on the streets. Do you know how when you travel into Europe, you see all these illegal migrants selling these little trinkets in the promenades? So that's what these people are doing in Ghana, selling phone covers, and at the same time telling the Ghanaians that if they leave Ghana, their economy will collapse. The Ghanaians are fed up. Watch this.
But I don't want anybody to insult me. I'm not those Nigerians here illegal. I'm not those illegal Nigerian guys here. I'm not those illegal here. That's why I want to run here. I don't want them to say like this illegal here. I'm here now for 25 years. All my children are having Ghana passport. So if the shop is for my so you want to say my come and close. You want to listen to your time. I don't know you. The same way I don't know you. Don't know me.
All right, so that's the Ghanaians shutting down their shops. The Ghanaians are fed up. Watch this.
All right, so I did live in Ghana, and this particular place is called Abasukai. See this place, Nigerians did. As you all know, they say that they lock Nigerian shops for Ghana. So me, I say no, make I come know what they happen. Whether na media propaganda or na real situation. So make we ask, what be the problem? There are different stories. They say Nigerians they do fraud. They say na Nigerians they are shallow, and for all these reasons that they want me Nigerians move. So me, they ask this guy, say, what be the real problem? You understand? Yeah. So brother, what be the problem?
All right, for here now, we give Abuzokai, here be Abuzokai, who the says spare pass. Understand? So
where you come from?
Yeah, from Anambra State.
Anambra State?
Precisely.
How long you done it for Ghana?
I don't live Ghana like more than 25 years.
More than 25 years?
Yes, my wife too be Ghanaian.
Your wife na Ghanaian? Yeah, you pay your tax, everything?
Everything. My wife be Ghanaian. I have 5 children.
5 children?
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So tell me, what will be the main problem?
Okay, now, from here now, some of Ghanaians, they want we Nigerians, so as we bring the goods, supply to them so that they will sell. And
so there it is right there. All of these things going on is as a consequence of that guy declaring himself the Eze of Ghana. So you don't have the muscles to do this sort of thing. And very, very quickly you are cut short, but you don't really seem to want to take the learning. The nail that sticks out will be hammered down. The nail that sticks out will be hammered down. I'm still talking about hammering. The link is in the comment section, by the way. If anybody wants to come on, I know it's quite late or early, wherever it is that you are, but if anybody wants to have somewhat of a mini conversation, you can pop in. Let me send the link again. So that it is immediate to hand. Let me send the link again so it's immediate to hand. Let's do this, and then we do that, and that's the link right there. So talking about people being fed up, apparently, allegedly, because this comes under the banner, this particular headline, it trafficked all the way through the whole of yesterday, but it looks as though there might well be an addendum to it. But we go with the headline that has gone viral first. Qatar denies visa restrictions on Nigerians. Oh, this is the pullback. Where's the original headline? So there was the headline actually that was circulating then, that the Qataris had put a restriction on Nigerians traveling to Qatar. They are saying that people overstay their visa, they don't go back, etc., etc. So they're saying women are welcome, but if the men are coming, then they have to come. They have to come with their family. I think that was what the story was. But it looks as though they are pulling that story back now. Qatar denies visa restrictions on Nigerians. Yeah, who was that guy that got shot in America, by the way? Chris, what's his name? If you want to discuss that, we can discuss that as well. Yes, I was just listening to a debate on it on our TikTok just earlier on. All right. So, like I said, it looks as though the Qataris are denying that. Qatar denies visa restrictions on Nigerians. The Qatari Ministry of Interior has dismissed reports claiming that it imposed new visa restrictions on Nigerian passport holders. A ministry official told the BBC Pidgin on Wednesday that there are no restrictions on Nigerians seeking to visit Qatar. Social media reports had alleged that the Qatari authorities introduced a travel ban preventing male applicants from entering the country unless they were traveling with their families. The report also claims that only women or families could apply for visas, with additional requirements of a 5-star hotel booking and a return ticket before applying for a travel or a transit visa. According to the viral report, the notification cited frequent cases of overstays by Nigerian travelers as the reason. However, according to the BBC, Hayya, Qatar's digital platform for e-visa services, clarified that the visa application process remains unchanged. There has been no suspensions or changes to the current procedure. If any updates are to be made, they will be announced on our official platforms, it stated. Qatar has seen increased visits from Nigerians in recent years, partly due to the diplomatic spat between Nigeria and the United Arab Emirates, which led to visa restrictions and suspensions of flights. So there it is right there. I wonder where that story has all of the texture of the obedient space right there. So that's a bit of the obedient mischief making. Anything that colors the country bad, they are always there. So now, so it's talking about mischief making and the obedient space. Don't re-elect me if no constant electricity in 4 years. Who said that? Do you remember they go around famously say that was Tinubu's quote, and there's a video of him actually saying that as well. So Tinubu did say that, but who is now saying that now? Don't re-elect me if no constant electricity in 4 years, and that is the person that also vowed to serve for only 4 years. That's of course Peter Obi. Labour Party presidential candidate in 2023, Peter Obi, has challenged Nigerians not to re-elect him for a second term if he did not stabilize electricity supply across the country in his first 4-year term as president of Nigeria. So hopefully hopefully they captured him in a way that he cannot deny saying this, because there's a lot embedded in this. So is now co-opting Tinubu's tactic. So that's the first thing. So is now co-opting Tinubu's It's not co-opting Tinubu's tactic. That's the first thing. But let me read that paragraph again, actually. Labour Party presidential candidate in 2023, Peter Obi, has challenged Nigerians not to re-elect him for a second term if he did not stabilize electricity supply across the country in his first 4-year term as president of Nigeria. So how can he be in his first 4-year term when he has already given the assurance that he's only going to serve for 4 years? So is he no longer only going to serve for 4 years? That's the thing. As only I see you there, you stay there, by the way. I told you I was listening to TikTok. It was especially solid I was listening to, battling it out with the Somalians over there. So that's just Peter Obi right there. Labour Party presidential candidate in 2023, Peter Obi, has challenged Nigerians not to re-elect him for a second term if he did not stabilize electricity supply across the country in his first 4-year term as president of Nigeria. Obi, in a series of X tweets on Wednesday, wrote, "The impact is too glaring for Nigerians to forget the promise of Mr. President whilst campaigning on the 22nd of December 2022 that if I did not give you constant electricity in the next 4 years, don't vote for me for a second term." For a nation already stated to have more people living without electricity than anywhere in the world, there could not be any more firm, comforting political promise than this. Yet, APC and its current government have presided over more national grid failures and power outages than any government in our history. There are now repeated blackouts despite billions in power investment. Over the years, billions of dollars have been spent on the power sector in Nigeria. In fact, Nigeria has spent more on power generation with little or no increase in supply than countries like Vietnam, Egypt, Indonesia, and Bangladesh. So it's usual go-to countries. Yet, while some of these nations have proudly doubled their electricity generation and distribution by adding tens of thousands of megawatts to transform their economies and increase their GDP, Nigeria has barely crawled from 4,500 megawatts to 5,000 megawatts. With a GDP of about $200 billion, Nigeria has the capacity to significantly boost its economy if it invests properly in electricity. Generating even a bare minimum of 10,000 megawatts could raise our GDP by about 50%, which will unlock industrial growth and create millions of jobs. But rather than focusing on this, which will improve our economy, we are focused on coastal roads that will contribute far less to our economic growth, whilst industry shut down. So that criticism of the coastal road is an indication then that he doesn't consider it a priority and is going to divert the money from that project if he ever becomes president. And the other thing is you can walk and chew gum at the same time. So when they make that comparison that this is not working or you are doing this, I think that is a false analogy. So you can, it's not an either or option. There's been a marked improvement in electricity supply in Nigeria. Everybody is reporting that. It's nowhere near anything that we can build industry or enterprise upon, but there's been marked improvement in electricity. So there's that, and then the coastal road is ongoing as well. And then they say, oh, it's building new roads, whilst the old roads are dilapidated. Is that dilapidated or whatever it is? The old roads are in ruins. So they're saying it's building new roads whilst the old roads are in ruins. So you can do both. A lot of those old roads are being fixed as we speak. We all see it. Everybody is reporting it. I can bring you clips of. I can bring you 1,000 clips of these roads being fixed. So it's not an alternate choice. It's not a binary choice. We know that there is value cost in every expense. There's value cost to every expense. But then there's also budgeting and managing. So this is the lack of sophistication anyway that we have now come to expect from Peter Obi. With a GDP of about $200 billion, Nigeria has the capacity to significantly boost its economy if it invests properly in electricity, generating even a bare minimum of 10,000 megawatts. Could raise our GDP by about 50%, which will unlock industrial growth and create millions of jobs. But rather than focusing on this, which will improve our economy, we are focused on coastal roads that will contribute far less to our economic growth. Whilst factories shut down, jobs disappear, businesses collapse, and ordinary Nigerians live in darkness. Mr. President, it is time to prioritize generating and distributing more electricity to power businesses, especially NSMEs, which will create jobs and grow the economy. So, if only Obi was president, Nigeria would be like it will be shinier than Monaco by now. Nigeria would be shinier than Monaco by now if our friend Peter Obi was the president. So now, seeing Peter Obi and El Rufai together is a very hard one. This is Aisha Yesufu, one of his lieutenants. So this is the nature of the politics to come. The structure of criminality has now co-opted Peter Obi. Seeing Peter Obi and El Rufai together is a very hard one. This is Aisha Yesufu. I wonder when she last saw a real hard one. Somebody, a lady with her looks. Is she married? I wonder if the husband is still, Anyway, human rights activist Aisha Yesufu has admitted that many Nigerians, including herself, are struggling to come to terms with the sight of former Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi and ex-Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai appearing together in public. Not only did they appear together in public, Peter Obi actually invited him to his own base in order for them that they can hold hands and walk the streets together. Obi and El-Rufai were recently spotted at an event in Owerri, Imo State, sparking heated reaction among supporters and observers. In a video shared via her X handle, Yesufu said the development stirred mixed feelings, particularly amongst Obi's supporters, who still recall El-Rufai's controversial tenure and utterances as governor. Correspondents report that Yesufu stated, seeing Peter Obi and Nasir El-Rufai together is a very hard one for a lot of people, myself included. For those who are supporting Peter Obi and seeing all the things El-Rufai did as governor of Kaduna State, his utterances and actions, anytime I see El-Rufai, I'm thinking about Dadiyata. She disclosed that although she and El-Rufai were at the recent ADC unveiling, they avoided any conversation. The activist stressed that political engagements often require interacting with those one might personally disagree with. So here she is now trying to sensitize the space to the possibility of what's to come. So this is her now working on the base to say, look, you have to do what's that phrase that a rational mind usually use, that you have to do a little bit of evil for the greater good. So that's the area she's trying to move their mindset to. So I thought I had sent the link. Hold on. Let me bear with me 1 second. Let me just do this. All right. So that's it. Give me 1 second. Maybe I should get myself a PA. If you guys were, Anyway, let me not say that. Let me just do this. Hold on one second. I'm just trying to put the links out there for whoever wants to come in. You know, my latest addiction is actually TikTok now. Since I discovered it, I've not been able to come off it. Hopefully, I'm able to come off it soon, actually, because it's quite draining sometimes. Being on that space, so wild. But yes. All right. So where were we? Aisha, Yusufu, and all that. Right. The activist stressed that political engagements often require interacting with those one might personally disagree with. She further stated, "For me, this is my test that politics is not a love affair. Does that mean that I have to be working in the same room with this person? But like I said, politics is not a love affair." Yesufu urged Nigerians not to see Obi's meeting with El Rufai as a betrayal, but rather as part of the realities of political life. Yes, a lot of us feel bad, angry, pained seeing El Rufai with Peter Obi, but let's understand that in politics, you have to deal with the good, the bad, and the ugly. Politics is not a love affair. So you want to be a leader of everyone, she added. So now, Peter Obi is fraternizing with El Rufai. Everybody knows the sort of elements that is. In fact, El Rufai is so awful that he couldn't even pass a senatorial screening from a space that was just ready to accept him. You know, they couldn't even. So that was how bad it was. And this is Obi fraternizing with him. So if they now succeed in getting rid of Tinubu, El Rufai will be a key component of whichever administration succeeds Tinubu if that happens in 2027. So are you now saying that El Rufai will now become a transformed person, you know, and become a better person, and will not want his propagation of Islam, the slaughtering of Christians, bulldozing his political enemies' houses, and locking up journalists, all of those things that we know him for? Will he suddenly reform because Peter Obi is in play? Privatization, telecoms, 76 billion investment yet to connect Nigerians. So I'm not quite sure what that means. Well, I'm not quite who's invested 76 billion. I think that might well be a mistype. Nigeria's telecommunication sector has attracted 75.6 billion dollars in investment since the 2001 privatization, yet millions of citizens lack access to connectivity. President Tinubu persistent challenges such as coverage gaps. You see this, by the way, this little piece right there, it tells us then why electoral results cannot be transmitted in real time. There's not the infrastructure is not there as the telecom space is because they have to transfer it electronically, and the infrastructure is not there. Nigeria's telecommunication sector has attracted $7.75.6 billion in investment since 2001. Yet millions of Nigerians lack access to connectivity. Persistent challenges such as coverage gaps, poor service quality, and rising costs continue to frustrate consumers, threatening the sector's potential to drive the digital economy. The liberalization of Nigeria's telecommunication sector in 2001 marked a turning point, transforming a landscape dominated by state-owned Nitel into one of Africa's most dynamic markets. So there's that. So that's the narrative of connectivity right there. And this we've already discussed. Police arrest self-proclaimed Obi of Lagos. False installation ceremony. So So that's that. So that's that. The link is in the comment section. Anybody that also comment. So those are the readouts. Let's go to the clips now. I think we've actually seen quite a few of them. So actually, let me just play them and then okay, so this is the guy that wants to become the governor of Lagos State and he cannot even speak Yoruba. So we start with that.
But do you speak Yoruba? What do you say about the people that say you don't speak fluent Yoruba?
I speak Yoruba, but my intonation is something that makes people laugh at me.
Okay.
But I understand Yoruba very well.
Like me, I understand Yoruba as well.
Right? I understand Yoruba very well, but speaking it... Yoruba dada. Boy Yoruba.
Dear.
Igbo unko. Not really. Okay. Right? Not really. But also, it didn't help that I schooled abroad for so long.
Yeah, I mean.
As well. Yeah. Right? But I'm learning, And in point to come and bring you a fluent speech in Yoruba. Maybe it's with on my inauguration day.
Where are you learning your Yoruba at this point? Oh, you have a teacher right now. You think it's necessary right now to govern Lagos State?
Not that. See, there's so much richness in the Yoruba language. In the ways, in the proverbs, there's so much knowledge in it. Even when you start thinking about Ifa, not just as a spiritual thing, but as a codifying of knowledge, right? And how that's the basis on which they now created analog and even computers. It is so, even no matter how you want to study it, whether it's history, whether it's language, whether it is understanding.
So that's the person that wants to govern Lagos but cannot speak a lick of Yoruba. So the next one now, this is Isaac Fayoshe telling you what you should already know about Dino Melaye. What's this?
Politicians got to deceive. Politicians got to deceive you. You two got to follow them. Shout big, bah, bah, bah. I told you, say Dino na deceive. The guy deceived Kogi people. The money for election, na motor you want to take and buy. You know they see how they do loud for Dubai. Him go come and tell you say INEC bad, INEC no good, INEC na thief, judiciary no good, he dey APC pocket. Na lie him dey talk, he no campaign, he no mobilize agents, he no do anything. Him pocket the money to go and buy motor. You don't dey see the motor, you don't dey drive and you don't dey like am chin. You go come tell you go dey say, yeah, Dino is right. Oh, Lenya, Dino no right. Dino no campaign, he pocketed, boom, the money to buy motor. That's why they go courts. Don't be deceived, open your brain, no the deceivers.
You know, it's a funny one, that Dino Melaye, because it's a show off. That's the one thing. So that's not even where I'm going. But because it's a show off, it gives us an insight into just what's going on within that space. So who is Dino Melaye? His biggest achievement was to be a senator, which he was for however long. He's no longer a senator now. But if you look at his garage, I'm not quite sure that Elon Musk has a more impressive collection of cars than Dino Melaye. Bentley, Bugatti, Ferrari, Lambo, all of these things, countless Jeeps, super bikes, everything in that. And the same, so that is in his house in Abuja, and it's also mirrored with his collections in Dubai. So as I said, Dino was only, it's still a big thing to be a senator, but Dino's highest job that is known was to have been a senator once upon a time. So if being a senator once upon a time has enabled him to gather together sufficient enough for all of these things that he displays, so what then about the guy that was governor, the guy that was president, the guy that was vice president, the guy that was minister? So that tells you of the level of wealth as well as the level of just the Dino's array of cars. It gives you an insight both to the level of wealth and the level of looting going on in Nigeria. It's quite an ungodly thing. But here is it looks as though now there's somewhat of a change of tack on a Rice TV, and they are now starting to cannibalize each other somewhat. I've seen little glimpses of it over the last few weeks thereabouts, but it's happening with increasing frequency. They are now starting to cannibalize each other from within. So outlandish is their positioning of. They cannot sustain that. That contrived indignation that they do. They cannot sustain it anymore, and they are now starting to cannibalize each other. What do I mean? Watch this.
what the president also went to see in Brazil, that corruption is gone. Corruption is not gone from Nigeria. We also know that corruption is not gone.
You know, Rifai, I would like to restate that point again, because I did make it when you mentioned it, that the president was not saying corruption is gone in Nigeria. He was talking about the fact that corruption is gone from the subsidy regime. Let us just, you know, be sure that that's what he said.
No, I think you should play this. Not the half video, Oji. Play the full statement. We've gone to watch.
And he did say that corruption is gone in Nigeria.
It was a clarification afterwards.
It was a clarification.
Afterwards, yes. What's wrong if you have made a statement? No, I'm not. Don't argue. I'm not arguing with you. I just want to make a statement.
I'm making a point.
But you haven't let me land. You haven't let me land.
I'm making a point. Let me finish, please.
Would you let me land?
Okay, go ahead.
Fantastic. There's nothing wrong with making a statement, and you go back and clarify it. So on this position is what I'm saying, that the president was talking about corruption gone during the subsidy regime.
Oji,
that's all I'm saying.
Oji, you are factually incorrect.
Okay, go ahead.
I put it to you, you are factually very incorrect.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Because the point is, in the video, he stated it clearly that corruption was gone.
That means you didn't hear what I just said.
Wait, whatever that they sent to be the clarification was not what the president said initially in the video.
But he clarified.
So in the clarifying is an afterthought. The question is, wait a minute, let me finish. The question is, did the president say corruption is gone or not in the video? He said it.
He did. We
clarify is an attempt to spin afterwards to be able to mitigate the impact of what the president said.
And there it is right there. It's quite maddening listening to that guy. The guy said, Tinubu speaks in short forms. That is why he often gets confused. He just speaks in short forms because he speaks to what he presumes an audience that is on board with wherever he is mentally. So he speaks in short forms. So he said corruption has been defeated, and then they then went on to clarify. Everybody, he cannot say corruption has ended in Nigeria because he knows that, and he knows that everybody knows it has not. And then they then went on to clarify that what he was saying specifically is that it's been ended in the subsidy regime. So that was the clarification. Just to narrow down the specificity of what he was saying, they added that this is what, when he said that, he was speaking to this particular section. So this guy now, he wants to hold him to that space and then do that inane dance round the campfire that they do, just whooping and hollering and just that made up indignation and just screech and squeal and then and then gather his people. It's just a nonsense now. But even Audio, she just couldn't handle it anymore. Look, they said they actually clarified that this is exactly where that space is. So what then do you want to hold him still to that space after the clarification has been made, ignoring that they've clarified? Because of course it'd be very difficult to argue against the clarification. So it's maddening. But like I said, it looks as though the light bulb has been switched on Arise TV, and now they cannot sustain that momentum of our contrived false indignation anymore. So let me play you 2 more clips to that space.
I don't think that is the kind of money that the Nigerian government will be looking for in terms of capacity. The other claim that he made is about presidential yacht. He said President Tinubu has a yacht paid for by Nigerian taxpayers between Monaco and wherever that the president of Nigeria is using. That is not true. Now, when this issue of the yacht came up, it wasn't even the Tinubu administration that talked about yacht. It was the Buhari administration in the 2023 supplementary budget. And at that time, when the controversy came up and people were saying, why yacht for president and all that, the Navy, the Nigerian Navy came forward and said, no, it was a vessel being used for naval operations that was named presidential yacht. It's not for President Tinubu, so it's not something that was purchased for luxury. But in this country, in politics, you can bring up anything that is sensational. But I think that what I've provided can be fact-checked because it seems to be the empirical fact It's the empirical fact on this particular issue. Maybe the Navy maybe they can contradict me, but that's what I remember.
What was the other thing? What was the other thing?
Finally.
Talk empirical.
All right, so they're even starting to mock him now. Empirical fact, because he had Malpe Ogun say that once. He's just adopted it into his own lexicon. So there's that now. So they keep talking about this presidential yacht. The thing with that space is the obedient, headless mobs, as Zita calls them, just that maddening, cannibalized, barbarian sort of space. They don't let facts get in the way of a good story. So fact is just incidental to their need to screech and squeal and holler and just make noise. So fact is just an incidental inconvenience, it's an irrelevance. So to the facts of the matter of that presidential yacht, it wasn't bought by the Tinubu administration, it was bought by the Buhari administration. That's the first fact. So it was paid for in installments. And the last installment actually fell into the Tinubu administration to clear the payment for that yacht. So that's one. And then additionally, the Navy came out to say it's not actually a luxury yacht. It's part of their kit for the naval sort of accoutrement. It's a Navy functioning ship that they have just named presidential yacht, just to give it a name. So they gave it the name presidential yacht. So it's neither a luxury yacht, nor was it bought by Tinubu. So those are the facts. But like I said, fact is always just an inconvenience. It's just incidental to whatever it is they are doing over wherever it is that they are. So I'll play you this additional clip still of yet still Ruben Abati setting the record straight.
Alive, you're kicking, you're doing well in this economy. Your take on these stories?
Okay, on fuel tax, I think that Taiwo Yedele, who was chairperson of the tax and fiscal policy, has already answered the various questions that people bring up. Now, the first thing to note is that fuel tax is not new. It was already under the FEMA Act, Federal Road Maintenance Agency Act of 2007. Now, what they have done is to remove it from that FEMA Act and to harmonize it with the new tax policy. And that new tax policy is in the Chapter 7 of the new Nigerian Tax Act. It has not yet been gazetted. Some of the answers provided by Taiwo Yedele is that the Fuel Tax Act of 5% has not yet happened. It may not happen in 2005. It may not happen in 2006. It may well happen when that Chapter 7 that I've just referred to under the new Nigerian Tax Act is gazetted. So people don't have to raise any fears about old tax. However, what should be noted is that, look, people generally don't want to pay tax, whether it's in Nigeria or it's in the United Kingdom. After all, Angela Rayner just lost her position because of tax issues. So people will always find ways, based on advice. But the fuel tax in Nigeria is about consumption. It is a consumption tax. If you buy 100 liters of gasoline, you should expect you will pay 5% of a tax on gasoline. If you do 10%, 10 liters, you pay 5% on 10 liters. Where the problem is that Nigerians say, okay, we pay this tax. Government is looking for revenue. But what do you do with this revenue? The people who represent us that they are in government, do they pay fuel tax? They enjoy free fuel. They live in free.
All right. So that's a nonsense. They do pay fuel tax. So what he probably wants to say is that they might not be paying for their petrol. because the tax is at the pump and it's already embedded in the price that you pay when you buy petrol. So they do pay fuel tax, but quite a few things from there. So there's still so it's a harmonization of an already existing tax to bring it into the new tax formula that Taiwo Oyedele has formulated. So that's the first bit. And then the second bit is unlikely to come into effect anytime soon. And then the third bit is that welcome to the real world. You know, there are two inevitabilities in life. There are two things in life, only two, that you cannot avoid. There's very little you can do to avoid it. You can mitigate it, you can extend it, you can minimize it, but ultimately it will still get you. Those two things in life that are inevitable is death. As soon as you are born, then you are just counting down to the time that you die, and taxes. So death and taxes, those are the two inevitabilities of life. So welcome to the real world. People pay taxes in every other space. So why not Nigeria? So that's that. Let me play you this little soup song. I think I found a husband for Peter Obi's son Oseloka, who is probably more handsome than the boyfriend is parading. So this is the husband now that I found for Oseloka Obi. Watch this.
Hello. So today I have decided I'm going to give the people what they want and show you what is in my bag. This is a Balenciaga City bag. Forgot the bag. Okay, I'm going to show you what's in it. Okay. Essence Vault. Perfume. I'm obsessed with the Essence Vault right now. This saves me a fortune on perfumes. I think this is number 200. Look it up. It's great. I love this scent. Anyway. Garden vapes. If you know, you know. I won't elaborate. I will not elaborate. Yeah. AirPods. Need those. Box of my aligners. People always ask me why I do this thing with my teeth. It's because I don't know how to position my mouth when it's closed with these things in. So I need to it's uncomfortable. That's why I do a lot of movements with my mouth and my teeth. Anyway, that's that. Chargers, headphones, all that jazz. Card holder. It was a lot more electric blue when I first got it, and that's why I really loved it. I still love it. It's a great card holder from Albury. Umbrella. All my everyday bags have to be able to fit an umbrella because I live in London and the weather's unpredictable, so we need this. I'm a black man with an afro. I need a haircut. I need tissues. Power bank. Reusable bags because we're saving the environment and all that. More tissues. Charger. Pasta. Some of these things are random. Antibacterial hand gel. And into the little compartment, Sudafed for blocked nose. Lip balm. It's going to be a lot of lip stuff, I think. Brolon gel from Soap and Glory. I got influenced to buy this, and actually, it's a little intense for me. It's a little intense. Like, they oversold it, I think. But it's fine. It's whatever. Sometimes it works. Sample perfume. Green Aventurine crystal. Always. Unique. Good vibe.
All right. I let it play a little bit because I wanted to see if it gets to the lipsticks because I'm pretty sure there are lipsticks in that bag. So I did say that I found a husband for Peter Obi's son, Oseloka, because of course I wasn't especially impressed with his boyfriend. So I found him a real husband. Do you know who this character is? Do you know who this person?
Hello.
Do you know who he is? That is, if you know who this person is, tell me in the comment section before I actually tell you. If you know who this person is, I'll let it play for another minute and then tell me in the comment section if you know who this person is.
Hello. So today I have decided I'm going to give the people what they want and show you what is in my bag. This is a Balenciaga City bag.
So that's Charles Soludo's son, the one that's attempting to be a musician. That's Charles Soludo's son. So it must be something in the state house in Anambra that turns their children to gay gays. So there it is right there. So that's the husband. So imagine that if Peter Obi's son brought Charles Soludo's son home to daddy and say, look, daddy, I found a husband. It's not even the sexuality, but really the choice of partner that would cause the katakata. So now that let me play you this. Do you know that the internal rail service in Lagos State has now been 2 years running, and they've transported they've carried in excess of 2 million people. So that is this now next clip is Sanwo-Olu celebrating that landmark. What this?
ara táwọn bàjẹ́ ń gbérí lójijì ló dúpọ́n lórí lórí ilé kààbò sí àfọ̀rọ̀wọ̀ mẹ́mẹ́ sí kò sáyé fàlà bó sí á ọlọ́tẹ̀ ló máa ṣe é sí á. ọ̀gá wa àná mi ọmọlé ọmọ ìyàwó àná mi abúni ló jẹ máa ò bẹ̀ alágbé tó fọ́ alágbé lówó èèyàn ẹ̀bí ni dòdò. kí ló dé tó ń bínú ọmọ ológo wọ́n ń bínú ọmọ ológo.
Okay, so that's that. Let's go on to the next one. So you know how the Southeasterners are hustling to land grab and co-opt people to become part of them, especially people in that Ikwere and all that are trying to force them to be egos when these people you must know who you are. That's basic fundamental expectation of a human being. You more than anybody must know who you are. Like Charles Soludo's son just showed us who he is. Then he knows who he is. We all know who you are, but these people are insisting that you're not who you are. No, that you are one of them, but a subsect of them. So that hustle to make other people want to become part of them. So think of it conversely. Other people actually wanting to be part of somebody else who might not necessarily want them to be part of them. What gibberish nonsense am I talking about? What's this?
My name is Honorable Kingsley Chenuma, a former councillor in Warri South local government and also the chairman of Warri People's Mandate. Yeah, our mission here today, we all understand what is going on in Delta State. But what most of Nigerians are seeing, it is not just the word delineation thing. All what you are seeing today in the Warri Federal Constituency is all about political economy of the people. What the Ijaws are trying to do today is to annex our lands, take away our resources, falsify documents, using government instrumentality to rename Ishekri's community, giving them strange names, the Jaws and the Robos. That is what is going on in Warri. Now, if it is all about delineation, we ask ourselves, the entire constituency and state in Nigeria, they are due for delineation. Why is INEC single out Warri Federal Constituency for delineation? Election is not just around the corner now. 2027, we still have ample of time in doing so. INEC chairman, that the tenure is about coming to an end. You are going. Why are you rushing to do this one? Is it because of the dollar for cash money that has been spread to the commission today? We all know this. We had it on good authority. How much that has been spent by the Ijaws on INEC to carry out these illegal activities that they are doing. Now, it will interest you to know that why are we here today? We want to ask. If you go back to Delta State, the Shekri, we do not have any issue with the Ijaws. It is the Baramatu clan in Warri Southwest that we have issues with. But each time there is this issue, you will always see the larger issues from Bayelsa, from Rivers State, and all those states coming to speak on issues that you know nothing about. That is why we are telling the world that no, the Shekiri, we do not just fall from heaven. We are Yorubas. We are now back to our brothers.
So there it is right there. The Shekiris want to be Yorubas. The Edos want to be Yorubas. Everybody wants to be Yorubas, even though the Yorubas don't want them to be part of them. But then you hear that cry all the time. The Tinubu administration is useless. Show me one person that is working there. They don't know what they are doing. They don't know what they are doing. And here is an example of one of the functionaries of Tinubu's administration that doesn't know what they are doing.
Nigeria continues to remain focused. We have very strong bilateral ties across the world. You saw Mr. President in Brazil. You saw the Vice President of Colombia visiting our Vice President. And so in terms of relationships, we're doing well. We're making friends. And these are concrete relationships that are producing tangible outcomes that feed into the prosperity required for Nigerian people. We're also very active in ECOWAS. You saw Mr. President host the first West African Economic Summit. I'm just coming from the ECOWAS Pavilion, where I co-chaired a session with the Assistant General of the UNDP, and just talking to traders. We've fixed them up, we've paired them from ECOWAS with Southern and Eastern African countries. So it's a pair-to-pair. They're working on textiles, they're working on cosmetics, they're working on leather, they're working on coffee. And so the trading is actually happening. You know that we went into an air cargo corridor with Uganda Air, and so our businesses, after mapping out a trade intelligence of 13 Eastern and Southern African countries, they have a flat rate to push out that cargo. We continue to work on market access, we continue to work on standards, and these are the practicalization of AFCFTA. Here we brought a QR code to mop up trade data.
So that's Oduwole right there, the trade minister. You can see that she clearly doesn't know what she's talking about, doesn't know what she's doing. So stay there. They don't know what they are doing. So that's an example. You listen to that and tell me that they don't know what they're doing. So they don't know what they're doing. So now, this will be the last one. Actually, there's still a few more clips, but I want to get started. If anybody wants the conversation, no one in the studio at the moment. If you want to hop on. Let me play you this one. So this guy, very dark man, he calls himself. He thrives on controversy, as you know. But and he likes to feed into he likes to feed into the, for want of a better word, he likes to feed into the foibles, into the pressure points, into the chasms that exist in society. So here he is now, feeding into that. There's only one port in Nigeria, and it's in the. Anyway, let me play you this clip. He's generated this controversy, or is feeding into this controversy and amplifying it. That controversy of Lagos, and by extension the Southwest, being excessively privileged. So that's where he's going with this one.
My Igbo brothers, at this point, why would not they fight for Biafra? They could have seen the fight. See, may they leave Lagos. May they break Lagos away, or may they distribute within they go Lagos to every other state. I think Lagos is the state that is slowing the whole Nigeria down. And here's why. Why must everything come through Lagos? Like anybody will import anything, the container must land for Lagos. And they get other options where they can create other seaports. Why must everything land and come through Lagos? You know, think about it. Lagos is actually slowing Nigeria down. Because imagine if we get other ports, like maybe we'll get the Delta State ports, may take care of all those eastern region. Say, container land for Delta states. The people where they are.
So he's feeding into that narrative, just raw meat, just to gather online coinage. But this guy here, he calls himself James Not Bond. He could not abide what that propagandizing that well, he responds to it. Let me just play you the clip, then you can merge the two together.
I think Lagos is the state that is slowing the whole Nigeria down. And here's why. Why must everything come through Lagos? Like anybody will import anything, the container must land for Lagos. And they get other options where they can create other seaports. Why must everything land and come through Lagos? Bro, international flights. Most of the times people go through Lagos. Every other international airport okay for Nigeria, they just call them international airports, but they are abandoned.
VDM. This is the second time I'm recording this video. The original video I made, my friends told me not to upload that because it would be too controversial, because this is a very sensitive topic. But before I say what I want to say again, listen to this video. This is the Deputy Governor of Lagos State.
Apapa and Tinkan Port is responsible for 89.8% of foreign trade in our country. Apapa and Tinkan. You can Google it. Every country that I know, Germany, UK, the port, 20-kilometer radius, the port is responsible for the infrastructure. That's not the case in our country. You need to know the amount of resources we spend, and they destroy it. Because the volume of trucks that comes out is destroyed every time we rebuild. Because in fact, people have left Apapa. When we were growing up, Apapa was the place. All the big men were living in Apapa. From Papa Wolowo, all of them, all the big men. But today they've run away. So we are destroying everything that our fathers have built. So today Apapa is a shell. In fact, the one that saddens me the most was a bank. They built their office. I think it's Access Bank. I think. They covered it. They didn't want to show. It's still there like that. It's been there for maybe 50 years. They just said we can't because they set up federal. Who does that anywhere in the world? We set up federal committee and navy to clear a road. Why? You know that our country, because of what is happening in Apapa and Tinkan, a lot of the ships stopped coming to Nigeria. Our country became a transshipment port. They will stay in the middle and then start loading to small because we didn't dredge the place. It's shallow water. So protecting those must be important. Marine operation must be important to our country. But we just allow our state, the state of Lagos, to carry that burden. It's unfair.
So if you listen to that video properly, you realize that he was basically saying that the Apapa and Tinkan ports are a burden to the Lagos state government because these ports are federal ports, and according to him, it's the federal government that's supposed to maintain the port and the infrastructure around it. But what is happening? The federal government is not doing their job. So Lagos state government is now forced to. They are losing money, first of all, because businesses are living there. A lot of people are no longer living there anymore. And then on top of that, they are not spending money to maintain the infrastructure around there because it was affecting other parts of the state. So when people make this topic, making it look like Lagos state government is intentionally sabotaging other people, like it doesn't make sense. Now, Lagos state has a port in Lekki that is partly owned by Lagos state government. Maybe you need to find out why that port is not as commercially viable as the Apapa and Tinkan ports, and to give you an idea why the other ones are not really working. Now, to the issue of airports, Nigeria has 6 to 7 international airports. In the southwest, we have Lagos. In the southeast, we have Enugu. In the south, we have Port Harcourt and I think Calabar. In the north, we have Kano and Abuja. So the Lagos state government put out a memo to the international flight community that other planes should not fly to other states, that everybody must come to Lagos. When a plane is taking off from New York, London, Qatar, and people want to come to Nigeria, and they are seeing that 90% of the people who come to Nigeria are coming to Lagos, what do you want them to do? What do you think is going to happen? Or do you say, because of 4 people that want to go to Enugu or 4 people that want to go to Kano, one full aeroplane will now go from London to Kano? That doesn't know how it works. Aeroplanes go to places that have economic activity. So we need to find out, why do all these other states not have as much economic activities as Lagos? What are the state governors of these states doing? Not just about pointing fingers and raising unnecessary tribal sentiments. Now, even if we want to politicize this thing, I'm sure the reason why you're mentioning Lagos is because the president is from Lagos. My question to you is that, is Tinubu the first president of Nigeria? Obasanjo was from Ogun State. Why didn't he make Ogun State London? Why didn't he make the international airport in Ogun State vibrant? Yar'Adua and Buhari were from the north. Why didn't they make the international airports there very vibrant? Goodluck Jonathan was from the south. Why didn't he make the ports vibrant? So why, again, I don't want to take this to a place where it will be misinterpreted, but
all right. So that very dark man is nothing more than just some semi-illiterate who just happened upon an opportunity. That's the sum total of who and what he is. Just some semi-literate guy that's just happened upon an opportunity. So I'll play the Kegite music. I'll send the link again, and then we'll see what happens after that. The Kegite.
Only water, where they see ma. Water, only water, where they see ma. Hapa o naido. Hapa o naido. Hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido.
night o.
ẹ kú ní sáyọ ẹ jẹ́ padà sílé kájọ jọ.
Oró kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mùrè o.
Oró kẹ̀kẹ́.
Ilé Ṣódìyà kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ ẹlẹ́mùrè o.
Oró kẹ̀kẹ́.
Bobby Master kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ ẹlẹ́mùrè o.
Oró kẹ̀kẹ́.
Chifu Failati kẹ̀kẹ́ rẹ ẹlẹ́mùrè o.
Oró kẹ̀kẹ́.
Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mùdé.
Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mùdó.
Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mùdóde ojàre o.
Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mùdó.
Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́dì o.
Gbé bọ́dì ẹ̀ gbé.
Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹyẹ o ó dilé o.
Ìrẹsílẹ̀ yàjọ.
Odúyẹ̀lá ẹyẹ o ó dilé o.
Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ.
Petrosonama ẹyẹ o ó dilé o.
Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ.
Petrosodúnkẹ́ ẹyẹ rẹ ó dilé o.
Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ.
Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o.
Ìgbàlà tí ó lè jò. Jò jò dára.
Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀.
Òjìyà ojú òjì náà ó ta kàdà èmi. Ayé ìlú.
Ikú kò ní ríwà gbéṣe o.
And there it is right there. Akoko Orume called the cockroach of the heavens don't crow yet. Iku Koniriwa Gbese, may death have nothing to do with us. Amen to that on behalf of myself and you, my friends. Amen to that on behalf of myself and you, my friends. Amen to that. Joining us, Solly. Been a moment since we had Solly. I wonder what she's doing up so early in the morning. The excellence that is Zeta graces us with our company. Always a delight when she's here. Duel of Nashville on the One Man Show. He is indeed. That's the mighty man right there. And the super brain that is Baba T. Yes, he comes under a different name. So there it is. Still plenty of spaces. Anybody that wants to hop on. Good to have you, lady and gentlemen. Let's kick it off, start it off. Let's do a whiz round 5-7 minutes monologue, and then we open it up to the conversation. So the 5 minutes monologue actually is just a free flow. So you don't necessarily have to speak to the topics. Just 5 minutes just to document yourself. And then we start to, because and I think that's going to be the format going forward. So if we have sufficient enough people, we do short bursts and then long scripts. So the first short burst from Solly, you're a first. Kilonchele. Solly. Otiasone, you were in the private chat just now. I saw you battling it out with Somalians. I was quite impressed. I listened for a long time, just you duking it out with those Somalians. You really you can be clever when you want to be. So I don't know why you're always dumb most of the time. You don't have to be dumb now if you have the capacity to be clever. I was super impressed as I was listening. Sorry.
One man, you are only impressed because it is not a topic that you have interest in. Let's say you had your opposing views. You say that my arguments were dumb. Just like you said now, because we have
no, your arguments on that platform, you were the best speaker there, and a lot of them were high functioning people, and you were the best speaker there. Just in terms of the robustness of your argument, the sincerity of it, the fact based logic that you were, it was just I was super impressed. I said, is this not the Solid that is usually talking nonsense? But what was that? Who was that guy you were talking? Chris what? Chris, who was that guy? The American one that got on a live, as you call it now.
Yes, Charlie Kirk. Charlie
Kirk, yeah. That's what you were discussing, wasn't it? And yes. And then you pivoted it to racism.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Give us 5 minutes. Yeah, you could talk about that or anything else. Just give us about 5 minutes opening remarks.
Yeah. So that Charlie Kirk, I used to see his arguments. I never really paid attention to him. He didn't really catch my interest. However, one time I just said, let me listen to him. And one of the first few things I said, he lied. He lied about Black people. And what he does is he uses that to gain a lot of following. And he brought up fake statistics. I, ignored it, right? Because obviously it's a lie. But I didn't know how these white people take all this kind of lies so serious and believe it. Here in Europe, I was hearing those fake statistics. I was hearing it like people repeating it. You see it on comment section. I'm like, wow. So even these white people, they chose not to do their research. They chose not to check their facts. As long as it favored their narrative, they quickly grabbed onto it. You know? So I said, the implications of what this guy is doing is very serious. So it's not just something that you ignore. You know? So I
Sorry, can you
decided
be specific, please? Sorry, can you be specific about the lies that he told, please? Thank you.
okay, even when he was on a live,
Sorry. Are you aware of that space, Joel? Because I only became aware when I saw Solly in debate with in some international space. Are you aware of that space? That
Oh, yes.
Charlie.
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
All
I
right.
am.
Joel,
Okay.
how are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Sorry. Please be specific. Let's keep it moving.
Okay, so now
he's my favorite commentator. I'm mourning.
No, he did not like black people at all. Oh. He used to lie about us all the time. So one of the lies that
Madam Peter, we can agree on something today. I'm mourning too. I'm mourning.
That guy is so intelligent.
Very, very intelligent.
When he came to our school in those days,
Madam Zita, let me be very honest. I like some of the things you say, but you like a lot of people that don't like black people. I've noticed that. You like Israelites.
Hold on.
You like this Kirk guy. This guy is a racist.
I didn't get what you're saying. Repeat yourself again.
I noticed you like a lot of people that don't like black people.
That doesn't like what?
Black people.
Really?
Yes. Ever since I've come to the panel, I always support everything you say. Except for
in short, he's saying you're a bit of an Aunt Sally.
It's no hard feelings. I take it. You know what? I am somebody. Anyway, when it gets to my turn, I will answer you. But I am somebody who have been in a position where people of different races and creed has been part of my life. And I have seen, excuse me, I am not saying there is no racism or tribalism. But when you flog them too much, they lose weight in things that matter. And that's exactly what most black people are doing. When you flog racism a lot, you put it in everything and every corner and every situation and solutions. When it comes to things that matter, it loses its weight. So you can have your opinion about me. No hard feelings, I don't care. People do usually have opinion about me. But you see that guy that shot today? He's one of my best commentators.
God forbid.
I might not agree with everything he's saying. But one thing that attracts me to people is their intellect. When you ask that boy a question, the way he picks the question immediately and starts to answer shows how intelligent he is.
He educates you. He educates you.
He will school you. He
Madam
will take
Zita,
you to, not dry cleaners. He usually takes some of them to car wash. He will take you to car wash. When they use pressure pump to wash you finish, your friend go reset.
All right. Bring it on 3 minutes, and we'll move it around. Yeah.
Do you like Tinubu?
All right, you have 3 minutes or so. You can either have a back and forth with Zita
No,
or
I just want to know if she likes Tinubu.
I think Zita is ambivalent about Tinubu. She neither likes or dislikes him. She only cares about the country making progress and the pragmatism of the politics. Zita is all about pragmatism.
I see now. If she was Yoruba, she would like Tinubu.
Probably would.
I'm very sure of it.
Probably would not. You know, because I don't think she especially rates him, but she knows what's landed him in that post, and she's just hopeful that he will do the right thing. You know.
One man,
Yeah.
I'm a black woman, so I cannot be talking about my black people. What I don't like, and you call me a racist. I'm just an asshole, not a racist.
No, because if you listen, I can also look. This guy was live. He said, "Oh, black people are 13% committing 50% of the crimes." When you check FBI statistics, that is a lie. It's white people that are causing majority of. So when you say things like that, you are inciting hatred that flew all the way from America and has entered Europe. That is number one. Then number two, he said that the crimes on white people, they are more black on white crimes than they are white on white crimes. That was another lie too. It's creating fear and hatred. So I'll see people here saying that black people are attacking them, but since I've been here, all I've been seeing all my life is white on white crime. So
and Sully.
Yeah.
I don't know. One man say you have 3 minutes. I don't know if I should allow you to flow or if I should interject. But let me allow you to flow. Then I will respond with my own time. Go ahead.
So he uses his speeches as a way to push his narrative. All that sounding smart is to attract you. You know, I always say these things. When you want to look at life, you have to look at it like, how will you romance a woman? You will not insult her now. You have to romance her first before you get her to the bed. So he uses that intelligence to romance you, to get into to start listening to him. Once you are there listening to him, he now lets you know his real narrative. Number one, even before he got shot, they asked him, what is his opinion about what they call a school shooting? He did not answer the question. You know what he did? He deflected. He now started talking about gang on gang violence. What he's trying to portray is that school shooting is with white people, gang violence is with black people. Let me focus on the gang violence so that I will bring more hatred towards black people. And that is when he got shot. This kind of person said that he wants more guns, and if people are unalived because of them allowing everybody to have guns, then he's okay with the sacrifices that can be made. And they used him as sacrifice. This guy said that empathy is a new word that was described in the new age, and they should totally remove empathy from people's lives. These are the kind of things that yeah, and you said that black people are pushing too much racism. I believe that the only reason why we are protected is because we push it too much. And these people fear, they have so much fear that if they try too much, they will be labeled as racist. Because if they don't have that fear, that possibility that they are always, it's the same stigma as when somebody, forcefully takes a girl.
You really
if
think
there's
too
no
much
fear,
of
if there's no repercussion for him doing it, then most people will be doing it. Most people are not as racist as they want to you, just because
one more minute. Sorry, 1 more minute. Yeah.
So this I can never feel any kind of empathy for all this kind of people, because I cannot even be their friend. I cannot even listen to anything, because you can try it, but the day that they have chance to get you don't want to experience them. But anyway, Shaq, is until you do. Some people is until they do. Now, what is the first topic? The first topic.
No. We're not doing the topics yet. We're doing 5 minutes rants, or just 5 minutes, just for everybody to. Because I've noticed that sometimes people just wait endless hours, not even documenting a thought. So we're going to do the 5 minutes, and then it will loop back to you, and then you kick off the topics. So
okay, let me finish on this topic. So, in my opinion, that man was a very terrible man. If that guy had political office, he would be doing way worse things to the people that he has been directing his hatred towards, and he'll keep it with a smile on his face. You don't give those kind of people power. They are coming for you. You may be enjoying what they are saying, but they will just unnecessarily come for you for no reason, just because of your skin color. And that's why I keep on saying we should build our country, not all these nonsense statistics that this guy is giving us to make us feel like he's doing work, especially in places like UK and Australia, because those white people in that UK and that Australia.
All right, sorry. I said 5, not 10 minutes.
They are very confident and they are very violent. Last year, they were beating black people on the road and nothing happened. This year, only God knows what they will do. And the future years, only with people like Charlie Kirk, antagonizing and pushing false narrative outside, is just going to keep on fueling their reason to do it. So if you like continue keep on pushing fake narrative about your country, when these people strike, especially that UK and Australia, those parliaments.
All right, sorry. Let's move around a bit. I think not. All right, I think not everybody agrees with you. So we go on next to Zita Joel of Nashville, Laja, and then Prince Daddy. Zita, I'm going to be somewhat rigid with the 5 minutes, just so that we can quickly get through people, and then we open it up to a wider conversation. I think you may. I suspect that you want to start off with where Solly left off, Zita. Oh, all right, we don't appear to have Zeta, so we go with you, Joel. So Joel, are you there? Am I being heard?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, floor is yours.
All right, thank you.
So you can either speak to what Solly said or whatever it is that is on your mind. Just 5 minutes, just free flow.
All right. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you may be listening from. Joel of Nashville on the One Man Show. One man, it's a sad day. It's a sad day not just for the United States. It's a sad day for the world. The man Charlie Clark was a good man, a family man, a man with values, a man that understood that the society that we live in must have certain standards, to be able to stay afloat. He was a man that believed that what is right should be, what is right is right, and what is wrong is wrong. When he was Sullivan mentioned about the crime statistics, he was right.
Can you give us the link?
Sully does not know. Hold on, please. You do not stay in the United States.
Yes, but they put up their
You go
statistics.
hold on, please. Hold on. Sully, please. This is not time for that. Look, when we want to do that, we just have 5 minutes. Maybe we can do that later. Let me just flow.
You can post the link in the comment section.
No. That's no problem. We'll do all of that. But the issue there is this. There are more white crimes in the United States. But when you look at the percentage of black folks and white folks and the crime they committed, we commit more crimes. I'm a black person and I will tell you the truth. There's so many news that most of you here do not see. It was until I came to the United States that I knew that the CNN in the United States is different from the one we see in Nigeria. It's different from the one you see in Europe. Wake up every morning here, 4, 5, 8 a.m. in the morning. Go to all these local channels. You're going to see death everywhere. Shooting everywhere. It's the same thing that's happening in Chicago. And when Trump is talking about going into Chicago, people are screaming, what? No. Last weekend, 5 people. I remember 2 years ago, it was 90 people in one weekend. In a holiday weekend, I think it was Labor Weekend or something. 90 shootings in one place. Go to every of these places where there is high crime rates. Go to those cities. It's run by Democrats. And the reason why is because the way and manner with which they handle crime, they catch and release, they use these policies that panders to race rather than common sense. The guy that stabbed the Ukraine lady in the train, they say, oh, wow, what's going on? He had been catched and released 14 times. 14 times. And now we are hearing that the judge that even granted her the bail does not have a license. That's to tell you the rot that we have in the system. I am not going to sit out here.
Sorry, Joe. They didn't say she didn't have a license, so they said she doesn't have legal training.
Well, whatever it is, but one man, the thing there is that when they talk about DEI hire, it is real. When I talk about DEI hire, it is real. I've seen it, I've experienced it. You see people that are far less qualified and you just give cost, and they come here and they mess things up. It is sickening. So I want to pay my due respect to that young man. All over social media, we see the liberals celebrating, and that is fine. We all die one day. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. So the issue there is this one man. Pay my last respect to him. I will always respect him. He's been a good dude, and he has influenced many people, many young people.
Was he a racist? Like, because I don't know the guy. I'm
He
only
wasn't.
new
He
to
was
that space. Was he a
by
racist
no
as
means.
Solly was suggesting?
One man, by no means was that dude a racist. But let me tell you
One
what
man,
is
do
going on
your
in
own
America.
research. I will advise you to do your own research. You'll see
One
kind of
man, let me tell you, let me tell you what is going on in the United States, right? If you preach mathematics, right, in some areas now, mathematics is racism. You have all of
one man is
or it
no
is
different
fabrics.
from Tommy Robinson
Can
or
I can
whatever
I can I
Robinson.
just please let me talk, please. It has eaten into deep into the fabrics of the United States. It is no more based on merit, right? So you have all these policies like in schools now they say no one left behind. What does no one left behind means? Just keep passing them. It does not matter whatever they get. Just keep passing them. If you fail and you're not doing good in school, oh, it is racism. And because that you have most of these parents not taking care of their kids. Why? Because 70% of our own population are single, 79% of our women are single moms. It's hard on them. But the collateral damage are the kids that we raise in our society. And when these kids are growing and they start looking for father figures in their life, they start joining these gangs. Most of them are not properly raised. And instead of making them take,
Joel, 2 more minutes. Carry on. 2 more minutes.
thank you. Instead of taking personal responsibility, you have people trying to make them understand that, oh no, that you have to blame the next person. You still have people blaming the slavery for what we are going through. I am not saying that the effect of slavery that we don't see it today, but certainly today is far more better than in the 1950s. You still have all these resources out there to assist you. Can you just decide to make a change for yourself and for your community? I don't think that is a hard thing to do. And that is what Charlie Kirk is talking about. He's talking about the grace in hard work. That is the idea. Common sense, family values. He may not be right in everything, but at least you can get the core of his message. He is not there to tell you that a man can be a woman. He is not there to tell you that you can be a cat lady. He is not there to tell you that a man can give birth to a baby. And those are the people that connive today to unalive him. But let me say this to all of them. They may have killed him, but his message lives on. He is not dead. His message lives on. And that's the reason why it does not matter how long you live in life. What matters is the impact you made within the short time you've lived in life. I respect that man, Charlie Clark, and may God grant him rest and my prayers to his family and everyone that loves him and love common sense. Thank you, one man.
All right, brilliant. Yes. You're up next, Zeta. So 5
No,
minutes monologue.
I want to roam around. I don't want you to restrict me to 5 minutes so the next person can talk. But I want to say something. I want to ask Solly a
Something will be 10
question.
minutes.
Solly, are you there?
Yes.
Charlie is a racist, right?
Yes.
Is Martin Luther King Jr. a racist?
No.
Okay. No wahala.
Oh,
Continue.
All right, Laja. Okay, that's the name you came in under, so we'll go with that. So Laja, But so about Laja, I want people, Isha. So either to that space, but just 5 minutes, just of whatever thought you have. Just share the brilliance of your mind with us, Laja.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Good evening. Jill of Nashville, good to hear from you again. It's been a minute. I hope everything is good in Tennessee.
Yeah, everything's very good. Thank you, my brother.
Stay away from Memphis. You're on point. Stay away from Memphis, by the way. I know you.
No, I dare not. I dare not. I used to, but not now. No more.
Okay. And to my friends in the comment section, the Gala people and the Shekis are Yoruba. I use the word Yorubaroids. Academia kind of screwed that up, but I see your point, guys. So correction taken for Tim Majek and others. And before I even start, Nigeria is not going to the World Cup. I am sick and tired of pressing calculators every 4 years with these guys. So
that will be the second World Cup in a row.
You know, one man, do you even know how bad this is? We have the reigning African Footballer of the Year back to back. The last one was Victor Osimhen. This guy is Lukman. So you have back to back reigning Footballer of the Year, and you can't qualify for the World Cup. Do you know how disgraceful that is as a country? And you are playing Zimbabwe, Benin Republic, Lesotho. That is one local LG Council in Sokoto State or Zamfara. And you can't even beat them. So I am done with the Super Eagles. Don't even bring up playoffs. We're not going
do you think it's a consequence of these British players that are overwhelmed that this substandard innate people?
We should be done with all this UK rejects. They can't make the team over there, then they resort to coming to play for Nigeria. You have to be good enough to play anywhere in the first place. We love you, but Ekong, please, just stay away. Retire. You can't keep up, but let me leave that alone. Let's address, that's just the sports side.
Baba T, you've not even talked about the travel angle to all of this nonsense. I'm sick and tired of it.
Why do they always invite Musa to the team?
That is, it is killing me. I don't get it. We still do this same thing. We've been doing this same thing for a very long time. Why did Ekon play that day? Why must we have that? I mean, I understand the concept of what do we call it again? A federal character. But please, when it comes to competition, give us our best. Abba. Oh God.
And Ekon cost us the 2 goals. The young guy that came after him was better. And it cost us the last time for that draw, and it cost us again yesterday. So
he scored the goal.
Now, just why do you keep putting him there? But let's just leave sport alone. But to the Charlie Kirk thing, it's a mixed feeling with him because he's a nationalist. I would say ethno-nationalist, which can borderline be racist the way you approach. You know, if you're nationalist, when you talk about your own belief about what America should look like, you can come across as being racist. And I'm very cautious as a Yoruba conservative myself. I try to look at it from that angle. If I was speaking about a Yoruba nation, for example, or I talk about the need to have a Southwest region. So, but the racism part of it, we cannot deny that. I'm conservative, but I try to remove myself from the ethno-nationalist part of that conversation where some of them don't feel comfortable with the idea of a rainbow nation, this coalition, like nation of immigrants. They struggle with that reality. The reality is America is fast becoming more browner, more darker. And some part of the American society, they're not comfortable with that. Okay, now some people might then link it to intellect and say, okay, if you are dark or brown, then you're not qualified because you are. I don't link your intelligence to the color of your skin. What happened, for example, with Brown when she was nominated for the Supreme Court justice? She's the most qualified in the history of America. The black woman, that one that came, she was the most qualified. Nobody had that kind of CV. But to just say she's dumb because of the way she wrote a judgment and link it to being black is what I don't really. So that part of conservatism and nationalist debate is what I have a problem with. When
the one that could not define who a woman is when she got a coochie.
That was for political reasons. You know why she couldn't say that. That's what I'm saying. Not because she's not smart enough to answer the question, but if she says the right answer, she will lose that position. So she made a brilliant political move.
I don't. Anyway, go
Not
ahead.
because I agree with you, Joel. Logic says she knows what the definition is, but for political expense, she dare not say, but you know why. But the main point I wanted to bring up today is that Americans are worried for the past few months, talking about Gaza being occupied. I think America has been occupied. It's been occupied because they're shutting down. Freedom of speech in America is one of the very fundamental foundation of this country. Forget about me agreeing with your position or not. Somebody being shot in the head, in the neck by a grade A level military sniper weapon. That was a high level operation, because remember they shot him exactly when they asked him that question about guns. So that was planned. So they want to shut down dissenting voices in this country, and it's very dangerous because it goes against the very American core value of the American society. America is not the UK, for God's sake, where you get locked up for tweets. We don't do that anything in America. And unfortunately, they want to scare people away from even speaking their mind. So that's my worry.
But now you know who the narcissists are. When they were telling you that Trump was going to be the narcissist, Trump is going to be narcissist, he's going to be this. I tell you, I was telling you guys then, I said that now these people that are talking about narcissism, these are the things that they do, because I see it. If somebody can force you, I mean, when you misidentify somebody and the person is calling for your arrest or getting you fired, it means that those people are vile.
Yeah.
You understand me? So now we now know who the narcissists are. So now that
the idea that if my words are not effective, I will pick up a gun. That's what we are heading to now, because I worry for retaliation and what the country is fast becoming. You know, back in my college days.
Sorry, Babati. Who shot the guy? Is it a black person or a white person?
We don't know yet, but because it was a.
You see, one man. Let me answer your questions, because they like this guy. This guy, it is not confirmed that they shot him because of any sexuality or anything. Those are just rumors. And they've caught the guy. It was a white guy. I'm telling you, one man, do your own research. These people like him. I don't know why they like him. I don't know how they are even able to listen to racists. Somebody that has to lie against your race and claim he has an opinion. The moment they are lying against my race for no reason, no benefit, you know, I'm not listening to you again. One man, do your research, please.
That Netherlands where you stay, that's your problem.
That I can speak.
That Netherlands, that's your problem. Don't say.
Let me wrap it up. I don't want to take your time. So maybe because some of you don't live in America, you don't know what the internal politics is fast denigrating to. So maybe that's so. I will not go further now. But let me just say one thing about the topic you have on the screen, one man, and wrap it up. The OB of Lagos thing. I read that they locked the 3 or 4 people up today, one man, right? They were picked up by, I was reading a tweet that the police department in Lagos locked them up. And I would like to know why the reason behind why they try to do that in the light of what is recently happening.
Okay. Are you querying why they wanted to declare why he wanted to install himself the OB of Lagos, or why they locked him up?
I'm saying that even if I want to do that, with what just happened in Ghana recently and like the other countries, might not do that now. So I want to know why. If that was that plan ahead, or what was the reasoning behind this crowning and building kingdoms and stuff.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead, yeah.
Okay, I notice a lot of you are concerned, maybe you are bothered or a bit uncomfortable If this guy wants to be an Obi in Lagos, in fact, if he wants to be an Igbo king, what is the problem? You guys fought a war. No, please let me finish. You guys fought a war to keep them in Nigeria. Lagos is a melting pot. They have access to everywhere in Nigeria to do whatever they please. If you want to go to the east to become a king, nobody is stopping you. So what is the problem? You don't want to give them Biafra. You fought and did a whole war to keep them in Nigeria, and now you're coming to complain that they want to be. If they want to be, so what? So what? You force them to be in Nigeria.
So
why complain?
So what's the question again? Why am I?
My question is,
let me respond to the. So let me respond. Can I respond?
Because it seems that it concerns you why they want.
Are you done with the question? Can I respond to the question, or you want to keep going?
Please.
Oh, good.
Yes.
What is the question?
So just this ranting.
The question is, what is the problem?
Why are you concerned? Why are you concerned? Don't you have the right to say?
All right, you made the point. Thank you, Solly. Yeah. Back to you. Yeah.
Okay, so the Nigerian Constitution puts the power when it comes to traditional issues in the hands of the state and local government councils, right? So they are the ones that can officially proclaim somebody this and that by our constitution. When anybody goes somewhere else, so in Lagos, for example, you will see Sanki Fulani, they always clarify. If I go anywhere and I want to become a king over there, I will say Yoruba king of Sokoto, Yoruba king of that. Then Fulani will say Senki of Abeokuta, Senki Fulani of this. But you always have to put that, your tribe, in front of your title. So if he has said Obi,
sorry. Sorry, BT, I didn't want to break your flow, but to be fair, the guy did clarify. He said he was declaring himself the Obi in the Obi of Indigbos, not the Obi of Lagos. He says Obi in the Obi of Indigbos in Lagos. That's what he was saying.
That's what I'm saying. But when you put the your poster or whatever you put.
Is there a traditional title?
That has to be clarified. No, I'm saying that.
No, he's just making something up to make himself feel important. I thought it was excessive for them to arrest him anyway.
Yeah.
It's excessive now. As I call myself any name. Is that why I should be arrested?
Can I finish now, please? So what I'm saying is that you have to clarify the title. Is what I'm because you don't want to trigger anything ethnic. And you know how sensitive people are to the alliance and stuff. So you clarify that the same way a Senki Fulani of Lagos would clarify. It wouldn't say Senki of Lagos. It would say Senki Fulani of Lagos. So they know. So, but when you don't clarify that early, it leads to this. So I'm concerned about the impact that it's going to have on the heated politics right now in Nigeria. That's my concern about that. So that's all.
More importantly is being reported by Nation. If this had been clarified, the Nation should not be seen posting stuff like this on there.
I'm saying that if I'm going to do this, I should see this coming. If it's going to come, know that the kind of economy that we live in Nigeria right now. So I won't want to put myself in that kind of situation. Is what I'm saying. So that's what where I'm coming from. So I hope you get my point. I don't have issue for you calling yourself whatever you want to call yourself, but just make sure that you clarify that position, so people don't get it mixed up. Because under our current system, the locals and their state government and local government have the right to determine who becomes king or chiefs in their own locality. Now, if you want us to change that to whatever you want it to be, then go and fight for it. Lagos, by the way, it's not a melting pot. It's a salad bowl, like Baba would say on this platform. So just to clarify that as well. But one more, let me stop there. Thank you.
Oh, all right, stay with us, BT, because I still want to hear your thoughts about Mele Kyari being arrested, etc., etc. We're still doing the 5-minute monologue, and we're still being somewhat rigid with the timing. We still got Zita and the elegance that is Prince Daddy. So, Zita, you're up next, but I'm going to play this clip, and then you come off the back of it.
Prince.
Joy Reid and Michelle Obama.
Okay, you want Prince to go ahead of you? All right. I'll play this clip anyway, and then Prince can come in.
Joy Reid and Michelle Obama and Sheila Jackson Lee and Ketanji Brown Jackson were affirmative action picks, we would have been called the racist. But now they're coming out and they're saying it for us. They're coming out and they're saying, I'm only here because of affirmative action. Yeah, we know. You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. You had to go steal a white person's slot to go be taken
Is anyone hearing
somewhat
me?
seriously. Play cut 52.
But I rise today as a clear recipient of affirmative action, and particularly in higher education. I may have been admitted on affirmative action, both in terms of being a woman and a woman of color, but I can declare that I did not graduate on affirmative action. This is my personal story.
I hear because of action affirmative. She can't even say that. We know. It's very obvious to us that you were not smart enough to be able to get in on your own. I couldn't make it on my own, so I needed to take opportunities from someone more deserving. You know, this is how arrogant Joy Reid and Ketanji Brown Jackson and Michelle Obama and Sheila Jackson Lee are. They're so narcissistic, they think this is persuasive. They think we're like, oh, of course, that's why we need affirmative action, because you have impressed us with your brilliance. Of course. Oh no,
Is anyone hearing
imagine
me?
the world without Joy Reid. Imagine
Yeah,
the
we can
world
hear
without
you.
Sheila Jackson
Woman is doing a
Lee
clip.
or Michelle Obama or
Okay, I
Ketanji
was
Brown
like, what's going
Jackson.
on?
They think this is persuasive. They think as they kind of now reveal that I'm only here because of anti-white, anti-Asian forced discrimination policies that turned me into a bitter, resentful activist that hates white people, honestly, through our policy.
But one man,
that one is even small. The guy doesn't even
no. Slowly, hold on,
What
please.
is wrong in what
I
he
can
said?
translate what he just said. Right?
No, what
hold
is wrong
on?
in what he said?
One man.
What is wrong in what he said?
What is
hold
wrong
on now.
with what he said?
He said that the deserving people are white people. Now let's look at how white people are hired. Do you know that a white person with a criminal record is more likely to be hired than a black person with a degree? Do you know that? So when he says that the white person is more deserving, who benefits the most from this DEI? It is white women. So when he's trying to put the blame on black people,
I disagree. I disagree.
Can I answer
that's
him?
a lie. That is a
Can I
strategic
answer
lie
him?
because it is mostly white women that are benefiting from it.
That's
And what
why
that means it is
hold on,
removed.
hold
When
on.
it is
Can you
removed,
listen?
do you know what is going to happen? We
Can you
look at the
listen?
normal statistic.
Can
Who is
you
most
listen?
likely going to get hired? Not the deserving person of color, but the person with a criminal record
I
who is
hope he
white.
doesn't want
More
to listen.
likely,
Can you
4 times
listen?
more likely to get that job that you think you are deserving.
Okay,
He will get it.
you see, when you make comments like this, actually, you begin to bring my color down in reasoning. You said that DEI is the white women that get it more. So why you angry if DEI is being removed?
Because of the narrative he's trying to spew.
Hold on.
He's putting blame on people of color.
No.
Why didn't he say that it is white women? Aren't you questioning that?
To what Charlie said. I want to talk to you based on what you are saying. You just made a comment now, and you said in DEI that is even the white women that uses that DEI, they get it. So why are you, a black person, when DEI is being removed or being countered, you be the one to get angry?
Madam Zita, have you ever been
do you really understand what you're saying?
Okay, I'm trying to explain. Have you ever
No, sorry, you believe that you believe that DEI is bad, right? You believe that DEI is bad.
Madam Zita, have you ever been blamed for something that you did not do?
Is that what?
Have you ever been blamed for something that you did not do?
Everybody get blamed sometimes in life for what.
And how did that make you feel?
It depends on what it is. Sometimes I give you a little finger.
Especially if the person knew that you did not do it.
You are not
but
getting
when
my
you
point.
Telling everybody
Listen, solid. Can we have a healthy conversation?
No, I'm asking you. Let's put it in your scenario.
that DEI is the white women that gain that DEI. They enjoy it most. They are the one that it benefits. And then I ask you, if that is so, why is it that when it is removed, you, the black one, be the one to get angry instead of you to celebrate it?
It is not about, I never complained about it being removed. I said the narrative this person is spewing, it is strategic wording. When he mentioned, please, you asked me a question, let me answer. And I tried to use an example of you because it seems like you are refusing to understand. Not that you don't understand, you are refusing it. So I'm going to try and explain it. When he was talking about the DEI, he knew the people that are benefiting from it. However, when he was talking about people that are deserving it, he worded white people. When he was talking about people taking the jobs away from white people, he worded people of color. That is strategic. That builds hatred. He's planting seeds of hatred. When these jobless white people are thinking of who is taking their job, they are not thinking of white women. They are thinking of people.
I don't even know the argument
They are thinking, please, let me answer your question.
I don't understand your argument.
Please, let me just finish. Let me finish.
Sorry, you don't know nothing about this country. You stay in Netherlands. You don't know nothing.
Excuse
you don't
me.
know nothing. All this is you're saying. You don't know nothing about what's going on
I'm actually
here.
finding it difficult discussing with you because you just had a black woman saying she got hired by DEI.
Okay.
You heard her.
Okay.
Although she's at the end, she's saying, well, I graduated without being an DEI, whatever that means. I don't understand. Because if you enter a university, it's either you graduate or you don't graduate. So the most important thing is the higher. Hold on, let me finish. The most important thing is the admission. After the admission, every other thing is left for you to do. It's either you graduate or you don't graduate. So for her to boldly come in, you know, when you people say all these things, I begin to wonder, are you okay? You come boldly.
I now begin to see why Black Americans have
to
problems
say
with
that,
you guys.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm making a general statement for somebody coming boldly to say she was hired about DEI. That's the same thing the one called Crockett in the Congress is saying. She said she got her job. They asked her a question. She didn't answer. She just told the person, you have to hire me because I'm black. And when you say that thing, they say you are being hired by DEI. You get angry. I don't understand it.
Madam Zita.
So why are you angry?
Madam
You
Zita,
said it by yourself. So why are you angry?
Madam Zita, I'll give you another example. When there was COVID, Trump kept calling it the Chinese virus. What happened to Asians during that period? Asians started getting attacked. This is strategic narrative. They got attacked so much that they had to put Asian hate law. When these people started war in Europe, they did not start it by saying, oh, one day we hate SJWs, right? It was little strategic wordings. I studied this history in university. Little strategic wordings. And when you check the whole European history, this is how they do it. This is how they push their narrative just before they make their attack. And once they make their attack, they will never do anything. Once it's done, you will never get they will never get any repercussion because they've put the narrative out there to defend their next action. These people are intelligent, they are superior when it comes to PR, and they are very strategic with their wording. And I've tried to give you multiple examples.
Can I come in now?
You are choosing not to
excuse me,
understand.
let me be very blunt. Let me be very blunt.
No, hold on, Zita. As Prince Daddy had the floor, Prince, are you there? All right, carry on, Zita. So, no, I called you, but we were doing 5 minutes monologues. So you come after Zita. I think Zita, are you ready?
Let him go ahead. I just want to roam today. Let him speak the 5 minutes monologue.
All right, have that interjection, and then Prince takes the floor. So yeah, did you want to say something, Zita, before Prince goes?
You should continue. I will talk later.
All right, Prince, the floor is yours. We were just doing 5 minutes, just opening free, just like a freewheeling sort of a thing, and then we've ended up on this Charlie Kirk sort of a thing that seems to be agitating the Americans and Solly as well. So floor is yours. 5 minutes, just monologue, Prince.
Yeah, thanks for my. Can you hear me? Am I clear?
Not especially, but you could be clearer.
Okay, I got some bad connection here. But anyway, I'm gonna try. Yeah, hello everyone. Like, share, and subscribe. Charlie Kirk. My condolences to his family, his young family. Actually, it's a sad day in America. Really. I wish it wasn't so. But anyways, yeah, it's really sad. Um, but overall, Charlie Kirk is it's a young man, still in his 30s. Just like Mother said, and Joel is a really smart dude, smart guy. Um, we are in a new age in America whereby we trying to blur the line between black and white, or what a black person can say, or what a white person can say or cannot say. So Charlie Kirk pointing out Ketanji Brown and the other person, I think, senator, I think, that did himself. They talk about DEI, getting admitted into colleges with a DEI qualification, if you can say that. And because Charlie Kirk is the person saying it, that's why people like Sully have problem with his utterances. But that's not the way it goes. Overall, Charlie Kirk is a fair person. I mean, he likes to speak freely. The notion that you don't live here in America, but you've drawn a conclusion based on what you see on the internet that is a racist the way he talks. No, Sully, just like Andrew had told you, you don't live here. There are so many nuances in this country. Just like I don't live in the Netherlands, and there are a lot of things that if I came there, I would not really understand the culture as you do. So the same thing. It's the same thing here in America. So it's not being a racist. It's a free person. It's an American, just like any other black person here. Go on the liberal networks on national televisions. You see black people talking freely. They can talk about white people, talk about anybody, and nobody called them racist. So why are we trying to make it a hard for white people or non-black people to speak freely? No, it doesn't work that way. I'm not saying use the N word or actually use any racial epithet to describe anyone. He speaks the truth. The truth may hurt, but that's the way he speaks, and he tries to be frank as much as possible. So Sully, Charlie Kirk was not a racist. He was just a fair person that speaks his mind.
Can I ask you a question?
And it would be greatly missed, actually. Go ahead, Sully.
Okay. If Charlie Kirk is not a racist, do you believe Nnamdi Kanu was tribalistic?
Well, that's incontrovertible. I mean, in Nnamdi
No.
Kanu
Do you believe Nnamdi Kanu was tribalistic? It's a yes or no question.
Yes, based on what it says.
Okay, but what if Nnamdi Kanu was just speaking?
Let me qualify that.
Was just speaking his mind. Nnamdi Kanu was just trying to speak freely. Why? Let's go that way now.
If you ask me,
I don't believe Nnamdi Kanu was tribalistic. He was just speaking freely.
Nnamdi Kanu was. If you ask me truly, deep down in Nnamdi Kanu's heart, I don't believe he's a tribalist. Actually, I don't believe that guy.
Oh, but previously you said he is, but now you don't believe him.
No, listen to what I said. Listen to what I said.
You have to choose one.
Sorry, hold on. Listen to what I said. I said based on his utterances, and Kanu's utterances, based on what he says, you would one can easily draw a conclusion that he's a tribalist. We could, but me personally, looking at Nnamdi Kanu, I don't think he believes most of the things he says. I don't.
So you know Charlie Kirk's heart. You, even though he's saying racist thing, you know that deep down in his heart is not racist. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, I didn't
Even though
say
he
that.
says
Don't
racist
twist
thing.
no, listen. I said
No, that's what
unlike.
you're trying to
Listen,
portray.
no.
We have to
Hold on,
try.
hold on now,
Hold on.
Solly. You can't ask the question and answer it as well. You ask him, he has the articulation to answer. So listen.
Just like I said, unlike Nnamdi Kanu, there's nothing Charlie Kirk has said that that resembles any form of racism towards anybody. The fact that he was pointing out what other black people themselves have said. I think you fall into this into that category whereby you think there's certain things that black people can't say. In today's America, I know you know the guy. His name is we call him Fuentes and Nick Fuentes, right?
I'm surprised they've not even shut down.
Huh?
I'm surprised that one has not been shot. That one is worse.
See, it says he talks freely. He used the N word. Anytime he talks on the show, this guy talks freely. I mean, am I in support of him using the N word? I don't know. I don't care. But we are transitioning into this new America, if you want to say that people can talk freely. There's no need to be handicapped and not speak your mind freely because of what other people are going to say. See, when people are me, unlike many black people, I think, maybe yourself included, when people talk to me frankly and tell me things that may not be the good thing about me or things that hurt, I kind of appreciate it, actually. I genuinely do. So it's kind of hard for me to look at Charlie Kirk and other people like himself and say, oh, because you're talking about black people, this and that, you're talking about DEI and this and that means you're racist. That's stupidity. Of course it's not racist. It's not. I like being challenged. I like people saying the truth. No matter how it hurts, it's just the truth. That's just the way it goes. Yes. So again, Charlie was a fine person. Was a fine man. Of course. Are you telling me that Charlie is perfect? Of course he's not perfect. Who is perfect? Nobody's perfect. Not Trump, not Charlie, not anyone. He has his own flaws too. But he has a platform, and I think is done very well, utilizing that platform to engage a lot of young people in America, especially in the colleges where it was killed today. And that's what it is. I mean, I don't want to go into divert, to try to profile the person that may have done this a horrific crime. But we live in America. See, in this America, when we have differences, people can, because you disagree with somebody's view or policy or politics, you have to kill that person. I mean, see where we are descending to here. It's the so-called Western world, developed world. I mean, listen. There are so many other people in America that have come out blatantly and use racial words to describe black people, and they're still alive. Charlie Kirk doesn't come anything close to those people. He doesn't. He likes to challenge, the status quo in a lot of ways as established by the liberal world. That's what he does, and it doesn't make him a racist or anything bad. It's just a sad day. It's really sad. But anyways, Madam Zita can take over. Thank you.
Can I explain something? When someone has the chance, and let's forget this racism thing. Prince Daddy, if you don't do something, right? Or let's say 10 people did something, right? 9 of them were white and you were one of them, right? And they started telling everybody what happened, and they are only mentioning your name, and your skin color appears to be black. You are trying to tell me that this person is mentioning only your name because he's trying to say the truth? Is that what you are trying to tell me? Because I don't understand why he's not mentioning the other 9 white people that did that same thing. But you are trying to convince me that he's just trying to say the truth. He's just trying to challenge the establishment by mentioning only your name and telling that to everybody. That's what you're trying to tell me. I'm trying to really understand.
Can you give me an example of what he has said that you think is so bad?
The video we just watched. Let's go back to this.
Hold on.
One man, you can play any video.
I saw
and
the video, but I don't know what is wrong with that video.
What this guy is doing. The video we just watched, he mentioned DEI. Who benefits the most from DEI? White females. When he was mentioning it, he mentioned that the people taking from DEI are taking white male jobs. Okay, now think of it like you are a white male. You want to find out who is the person taking my jobs, especially if you are a jobless white male, right? Who is this person taking my jobs? You know what he proceeds to do? He proceeds to mention the minority of the group of people benefiting from that DEI. He never mentioned the majority, not even once. And he consistently does things like this over and over and over and everywhere he goes. Do you think he's not planting a seed of hatred in the poor, jobless white male American towards a specific, because he's putting a target every time he mentions this thing. And these are just one of the things that he does. I'm telling you, woman, if you play any video, I will interpret. And you know, you have this disdain for these black Americans, or you don't like the way they behave. And yes, but their ancestors are the reason why you are in that country in the first place, not because of white people. You may say that they are being fatherless babies, they are joining gangs, they are this thing, but their hard work, their generational work is the reason why you're benefiting. Left to white people, you will never step on that land. Left to white people, you will never be hired. And the statistics prove that. A white male with
Let me tell you one thing.
a criminal record, a white man, and wait, please now, a white man with a criminal record is 4 times more likely to get a job than a qualified black male. You know, they're just, God. Anyway, you can continue.
Oh, all right. That's a sobering. I wonder if that data is actually true. That I don't know where you got that from. Anyway, that a white male with a criminal record.
Doesn't it happen in the UK? Once they hear African name, or if your name is not an English name, you will not be first priority on the list for the job.
Yes, but if you have a criminal record, you won't get a job before a black person. No, I suspect maybe not. You know, why would that be the case? But
a system that has systematically enforced racist rules. You can look at the things like redlining, and you sit down there
You
and
see
you
this
pretend
woman.
like
You want me to
they are
speak
not.
now? You see this
yes.
thing. You see this thing this guy is saying. That has been the problem. That has been the problem. Black people keep running this. We are being marginalized. We are not being. But woman, before I start saying, it's like the retirees in the UK, in Britain now. All they do is to demonstrate. Because anytime they see people demonstrating in London or in somewhere in Britain, it's all retired old men and women, very few young people. It's like they're tired of sitting at home, so they come out every time to demonstrate. Anyway, you see this thing Solly is saying, it's been will I call it a traditional problem with us. It's been a traditional problem. And you see, very few that stepped out of it make so much name and money and fame for themselves. Why do I say this when I talk about people like Ben Carson? And you know the annoying part of it? When they step out of it and make that name, they keep singing that rhetoric that if they don't want any other person to step out of it. Look at what he's saying, that a white person that has a criminal record gets a job. Wow. Wow. So what Solly is actually saying is that in places like, and that's what they're being told, in places like Germany, they have law for white people. Their constitution is two. One is meant for black, and then is meant for white. Really? But let me say this. I have to be blunt with you, Solly. All those places you are calling, they are never a black nation. Is he still there? Hello, woman.
I'm listening.
Has he dropped?
I'm listening.
Okay.
We're all here.
Okay. I want to tell you something that you will have at the back of your mind. You see, all these places you are calling and mentioning how black people are being treated. Please have it at the back of your mind. They are not a black nation. So you cannot go to a country, even in Nigeria, we do tribalism, let alone a country that is not yours. I don't know what you want to achieve, and I don't know what you want. For you who is in another country that you take your 2 legs, only you waka go there. I don't know whether you want to be treated like the owner of the land.
Can I
But
respond?
if that is what you want, I wish you luck.
Can
But
I
if you
respond?
want to run it, I'm telling you this because you've been running it like there is a law separate for people of your color in the Western culture. Yes. If you want to run it like that, I want to make it clear to you that that's not your land.
Okay.
It's never a black nation. They are not black nations. So if you take your 2 legs, waka go there, it's just like somebody walking into a Ghanaian. I don't even want to bring a white. A Ghanaian walking into Nigeria to misbehave. The anger will be more in Nigerians than when it's a Nigerian that did that same thing. That's simple common sense. Period.
Okay.
So if you want to run in the line of racism or whatever you call it, I don't care. But what I want to let you know is that I'm not saying racism don't exist on both ways. Both ways. I was shocked you said Martin Luther is not a racist. Really? Anyway, I leave it like that because
No.
I noticed that black people think racism is only one-sided. There's only white people that are racist. And I don't even understand.
I must respond, though.
I'm talking, please.
Yes, but I don't want you to
understand whether they understand the word racism. Because racism is in both ways. It's in both ways. If you think a white man don't like, some white people don't like what a black person look like, also please have it at the back of your mind that some black people don't like what a white man looks like. Period. So it doesn't mean you should come here and be saying, hey, this person is a racist, this person is a, that Charlie has achieved so much in his life. He's in very little lifetime, and I think if care is not taking, you are his senior.
Zita, please. Sorry.
No, please. I want to respond. Though I want to respond, especially
Yeah. You respond, but let Betty come in a bit. So yes, there are not that many of us anyway, so it can flow. Yeah.
Yeah, you said because I'm watching Fox News now. They don't have anybody in custody now, but you said that
I'm not hearing you. If you are coming in,
I saw a video. They caught the person with a brown rifle. They say it was on the roof, and he shot from the roof. He was wearing a mask.
But there's no. This is CNN. I have CNN, Fox. They say manhunt.
I'll try to look for it again.
You can put the link on there. I want to see.
I'll try to look for it again.
Yeah, go ahead. That's what I wanted to ask.
Because first of all, they arrested an old white man, and they now realized that he wasn't the right person. So they arrested the second person.
Actually, I don't think that shot was shot from the rooftop.
They said it was a hunting rifle.
Huh?
They said it was a hunting rifle.
If it's a hunting rifle, now it cannot come from the rooftop now. That thing must be on a close range.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah. Hold on. BT, your thing is not connecting. So maybe go out and come back in again. Yeah. Send the link.
Ooh.
All right. I thought we'd come here to slaughter Mele Kyari. I didn't actually know it was going to be.
What did he do? Please say again. Let's move on.
Is it Mele Kyari? He's been arrested by the Efcc for the countless of billions that he stole from NNPCL.
You see, one man, let me say this.
One man, I've dropped the link in chat.
I'm not really, I don't know. I have, my stand on NNPC. All this, somebody they will remove somebody, put another person, they carry the former DMD, CMT, WBB of NNPC, stole this, da. The guy does money laundering for them. So they shouldn't use him as a scapegoat. And if he try to run his mouth now, they will buy him. They should let him be.
I did not actually think Tinubu would have been brave enough to arrest somebody like Mele
Brave
Kyari.
what? What do you mean by brave? Who is he?
Is an untouchable Fulani now.
I don't understand this point.
One man, when we talk about untouchable Fulani, we are talking about people like Babangida, not this rascal.
One man. This thing you are seeing now is a show of gra. It doesn't really mean anything. Honestly, sincerely speaking, maybe they want to impoverish him by taking a lot from what he took or what he kept for himself. Now, I wouldn't use the word what he took, because what he took, they shared. I'm talking about what he kept for himself. Maybe they want to impoverish him by taking some part of it. Maybe they think he has so much to contest for an election in Nigeria, maybe the presidency, because these guys have money. Maybe just the same thing they did to the central bank governor. Simple. Where is that one now?
BT, you are still not connecting, no? Mute and unmute your mic a couple of times, BT. Mute and unmute your mic. Carry on, Prince. Oh, you're back. Yeah.
Say, as any high-profile Nigerian politician ever been arrested, and they actually did anything to convict the person? The last time I heard about Yahaya Bello, right? Bello, I don't even know what was going on with this case anymore. So what do you think? Mele Kyari is not a street guy. I mean, it's a high-profile guy, well-connected. What do you think is going to happen to him? Like, this is just a charade that's going on right now, as far as I'm concerned.
Are you asking me?
We know.
I think they're just going to shake him down for some money. I think those people.
That is what they're going to do now.
They stole too much, and they want to see if they can recover
yes,
some
they
of
want
it.
to publish him. Maybe they're like, maybe this man will use this money to contest for presidency. Let's impoverish him. The same thing they did to Enefulefu. Is that not the same thing? Where is Enefulefu? Did they put him inside the prison?
Do you know what I think is next? If it's towards what you guys are saying about opposition, it might be the former AG.
Abubakar Malami.
That guy is loaded, so they need to empty his purse as well. So it might be the next.
Because he is going to be the funder of the ADC, so they need to. Yeah,
he has the resources, so it might be next on the list.
Who?
Abubakar Malami.
He said he's the what?
No, BT was suggesting that he might well be. In fact, I thought they would have picked him up alongside Emefiele back in those days. But BT was suggesting that he may well be the next on the list to be picked up by the FCC.
See, that ADC, they have two problems. They cannot. I'm not seeing anybody in that ADC that can open his vault. Somebody has to open his vault for that ADC to run. When I mean open the vault, you open the vault. As they ask you for money, they dish and out.
Madam Zita, sorry. Why would they open their vault when even most of them have not picked up the party registration card? That means they are not sure. And if you are money bag, you are looking at all of them. Nobody really registered.
Is the registration, is it late? It's not late
It's the
now.
party,
It's not
it's the
late, but at
party
the same
registered.
time, you at the same time they are not showing some form of seriousness. You have been on it
But
for
wait,
going to 2 to 3 months. Why do I
is
put
the
my money
party
there?
is the party registered?
The party is
No,
registered.
the party has been registered for a long time. They
It's
did
been
not.
a
It's not.
party in
It's
Nigeria.
been a party for a long.
But Chief Remy, GRV said that he got Obi's permission to join ADC. I'm just want to put that out there. But GRV has joined now.
Who?
No, he said that he made Obi aware that he's planning to join. I don't think he has officially joined yet.
But this
No,
is
he has officially joined now. Where can he cannot go to Labour?
Okay, can I ask you people a question? Who do you think will be their presidential candidate?
But that means Obi is in.
Huh?
No,
Atiku.
It's Atiku. It's in principle. Obi already agreed.
I thought they
that
said
he's
he's stepping down for Obi.
Obi already agreed that
Atiku.
Remy has a good point, because if GRV is seeking approval from Obi to join ADC, that means Obi is already agreed to be a VP to Atiku then.
He already agrees, but the problem is that he doesn't know how to communicate it to his people. He's confused. So that
Okay, he's going to be the vice president.
Yes,
I think he will come out last minute so that his people will not have choice.
Yes.
That's the best strategy.
That is it. And people already know what's going to happen. So
I would love to hear from Jill of Nashville.
Let me.
That would be interesting to hear from.
Let me say this. If I talk a lot of rubbish. If you are doing your political calculation based on the last result, then you are an idiot.
But they don't know now.
If
they don't know.
The so-called ADC they are doing is that they are going to get the same vote Atiku got, and then they will get the same vote Obi got, and when they join them together, then Tinubu will still get the same vote he got, and they will win Tinubu. That is the dumbest thing anybody can do. What kind of political calculation is that? Wow.
If Peter Obi stands alone, he would defeat Atiku. If Atiku goes on the ballot on ADC and Peter Obi stands alone on a different party, he would defeat Atiku.
Where did you get that one from?
Hold on. Sorry. Hold on now. Atiku's votes are PDP votes. All those votes that Atiku got in the last cycle of elections, those were a lot of those votes were as a result of the efforts of the PDP governors in their individual states, the PDP structure. So a good 70% of his votes is attributable to that. So the only votes that he will carry are his personal votes, which are not up to a million, and ethno-religious votes, which will not be more than up to 1 million. But OP will sweep still the southeast, and he'll still get all those Christian beats, so.
Okay.
Obi will do better. Obi will probably come second if he stands alone.
Let me tell you something. Put it down. You see the 2027 election, Atiku is going to run as Atiku. If he's coming out, let me explain what I mean by he's going to run as Atiku. He's going to run as Atiku, and we will see his political clout. Because when Atiku used to run in a no party, nobody knew he even contested for election. He became, outside of being the vice president, he has contested in small parties, and Nigerians didn't even know that he did primaries, let alone being in the ballot. But when he came to PDP, because it's a very big party, twice he made a loud noise. Then on the part of Obi saw a window in 2023. Well, all of them saw a window. That was why that 2023 election was very rowdy. Everybody jumped in. One person took it. Now, the question I want to, two of them, Obi and Atiku, is going to run as Obi. The other one is going to run as Atiku. Mark my word. And now the question they should be asking themselves, how wide is this window now? Number one, is the window still open? It's not open. Can we kick it open? That's a tough question. That is a tough question. So that is the situation now. They are no longer going to run like, I have a very big party. All the party members, just as you said, 19 governors, everybody, bodon, 5 out of the 19 is dancing on Wigri somewhere. Michael Jackson. Then this one see, okay, these people don't scatter. Let me grab all the other vote with all the nyama that followed that to 2020. Number one, most people were even angry that Tinubu dared the Christian by picking another Muslim. And that thing, the fear they had on that is gone. Because they didn't even do anything. His cabinet is not more of Muslims. They didn't do anything. The chapel in Nassau Rock is still functioning. The wife is still a pastor. He's still kabashing right on top of their head. All Christians in Nigeria are going about their normal business, collecting their akawo. So what are we talking about? They are going to run as them now. Let's see how much of political clout they have. I really want to know what Atiku can do. I'm happy he's going to ADC, but I heard he has not picked the registration. I really want to see how much of political clout he has gathered, because I don't know.
Hey, let me chime in real quick. Remy, what about this guy from former Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi? You said Obi was going to be the VP. So what about Amechi? Is he out of the picture?
No, if you listen to me carefully, I said Obi already agreed in principle from the beginning that it's going to be the VP. But unfortunately for him, with Amishi in play now, and one of the puppet master, what they are going to do is play him hard. So they will play him, keep him in the party. At the end of the day, he might not be able to contest. And then that's where Amishi will now come in to break the vote of the South, one way or the other.
So that would be post the primaries where you can go back to the PDP or Labour.
They are playing a very fantastic game, and they are taking.
So what you are saying is that Obi doesn't want to do primary
because it's not going to do primary. That is clear. That you are go and write it down. It's not going to do that one. It's not going to contest on that.
Why won't he contest for primary if he's interested in the seat?
Because he knows it's not sure he's going to win.
Where does that leave Baba Ahmed?
He will be the candidate for Labour Party. He's already said he wants that ticket if Obi doesn't take it.
So he's going to confront Obi in the poll?
It's not confronting confronting Obi. He is confronting Obi boss, which is Atiku. Obi is not going to be on that ticket.
So from 6 million votes as a candidate now deputy or vice, I mean, what kind of logic is even behind that?
Which kind of anyway? I think let me believe that playing smart on Tinubu. I just want to believe that, because from what I'm hearing, those people are not doing anything. But let me believe there is something.
They are not playing smart. Madam Zita, you got it right. When you said none of them want to spend their money, they are just making unnecessary noise. Nigerian politics is the easiest to read. You have to look at the parameters. Where are the governors? And go and write it down. More governors from PDP will join APC soon. That will be another shocker for you. So when they go to election, nobody should come here and say they rigged any election for that.
2015 election. When did they do the election, sir?
Madam Zita.
Was it not February?
February, I think.
I'm getting confused.
It's supposed to be January, but they postponed it like once or twice till February or early March.
March. No, that election was done sometime in March or
I think,
April.
yeah, they postponed it twice because of
Tinubu was sworn in April now.
No, I'm not talking
No,
about Tinubu. I'm talking about Buhari 2015.
Oh, right. Okay.
I think it was March. It was supposed to be February or January. They postponed it twice because of Boko Haram and logistic problem. And Jonathan is also trying to play his own game. But at the end of the day, I know he will be voted out.
So when did the campaign start?
I forgot. But the campaign started when INEC said they should
That's
start.
September 2014.
But they already know from day one that Buhari is going to be the presidential candidate. There's no infighting about that. And they went around.
But no, they didn't hand him over. There was a primary.
I know, but
but that was just a charade now. That was just and similar to what you're saying about Peter Obi, Zita. It doesn't really matter if he runs a primary or not. They will have already arranged who is getting what, and then they'll just do some charm of primary, and that's it. The only primary we had so far has been the APC one. In fact, in this Fourth Republic, I think that's the only primary we've had.
That APC 2024 14 primary was a real primary. It wasn't a charade because Atiku fought for that ticket. I remember vividly.
And he came third, even behind Papanso.
He fought for that ticket. Why am I saying this? In that their ADC, somebody needs to open his vault. That's just the truth.
Who do you think can open the vault among them? Is it Amishi?
I want this crook, this thief. What is anyway? All of them are thieves anyway. What's his name? The former Senate president.
If he open his voice, he's open his voice for Atiku.
David Mark doesn't have that big enough of a vault for
He has money.
Yeah, but we know he has money, but not. No. Hold on, Zeta. We know he has money, but not to run a presidential. He's not the wealthiest in that mix now. So, Abubakar Malami is richer than him. Atiku is richer than him.
How much? Hold on. How much? I think the report says from the New York Times to run for Nigerian president, you know, about $1 billion, right? Dollars, right?
No, they said about 2-point-something billion, and that was even in 2014 when the Financial Times of London did the numbers.
So who has 2.5 billion amongst these guys?
And we're talking dollars, by the way.
Yeah.
Walmart, most of these people, they usually spend money at the primary. The general election itself, the party take over. So most of the money is being spent at the primary level. And if they're not going to spend more, if they already have the pre-arrangement during the primary, that means what they'll be doing is to just earmark money for the general election, because the Tinubu is probably going to checkmate them when it comes to CBN monitoring how much is being spent, stuff like that.
Yeah, but who has money to take on the CBN? Because of course the CBN will be.
They don't have governors, among them. So where is the money they're going to spend? Most of the time they spend government money. They don't typically spend their own personal money at the general election. Even as big as Tinubu was politically, people were supporting him. In fact, all individuals actually donated an aircraft, to be moving his crew from one place to another during the election. I even heard from a reliable source that the likes of this UBA guy, what is his name? Elumelu also supported him, with stuff like that as well. So, yeah.
No, you have to look at Adewale. Sorry.
You see that delay? Jonathan postponed that twice. He wanted to run them out of cash.
You have to look at it.
Yeah, he wanted to strip them off.
Yeah, I wanted to say this. Sorry, you come after me. Sorry, you will. I will be quick. Look at it from this way. Atiku will be 80 years old in the next 2 years. If you are a governor of a state, would you rather follow this kind of person that you are not sure that is going to win the presidential election? It's not in the mainstream party. It's just not. No. I'm telling you, it works that way. In Nigerian parlance, it works.
It doesn't work that way.
Okay, in my own opinion, let me continue. So what I'm trying to say is this: most of these governors, If they know that Atiku is just like people like Buhari, they might try to say, okay, fine, he has that court followership. Atiku does not have that court followership. So that is why majority of them are not cross-carpeting to ADC. And if you look at Obi, they know it's an opportunist. And everybody, as an opportunist, you only have that one chance. The second chance, you are not going to get it anymore. And that is the major reason why he himself knows that he's not going to win, contest any primary against all these big guys. So he has already agreed on principle. So when you look at that, at the state governors or most people that are controlling a state, are they shifting towards this ADC? The answer is no, when you look at all the 36 states of the country. So that tells you that people already know where they are going to pitch their tent. All of this shouting. Well, at the end of the day, 2027 is not far. We shall see.
Remy, it doesn't work that way.
Madam Zita,
A
please.
PDP man,
Let
me say this. A PDP governor can still be a PDP governor and swing the vote to Atiku in ADC. When it comes to governorship election, he will win as PDP, but the presidency will be ADC. They've done it several times, so it's
But
not.
Madam Zita, the only surprise.
Let me just quickly respond to Madam Zita on what we previously spoke about, but we've forgotten. And after I'll just because I'm feeling sleepy. So you mentioned black not white liking white and white not liking black. That is normal. Some Yoruba people don't like some Igbo people, some Igbo people don't like some Yoruba people. However, we don't go and secretly make systemic plans against each other. No matter how much we don't like ourselves in Nigeria, we don't go and start bombing each other just because the other person is progressing. We don't turn each other.
What did you just say?
We don't bomb each other because somebody else is progressing. Okay, so
really,
and I'm referring to Black Wall Street. That's what I'm referring to.
Really, you don't bomb each other.
If you are talking about Biafran war, that one is different. I'm talking about things like Black Wall Street. Okay, we don't turn each other into furniture. We don't.
Excuse me. Let me ask you a question.
So when I'm
excuse me. Let me ask you a question. Hold on. Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
You mentioned Black Wall Street. I want to ask you a question. Was there a trigger for that action, or just some people just wake up and start bombing people's businesses?
My point is that
no. Answer my question. Simple.
There was a trigger.
Thank you. So when there is, it's just like saying a white boy coming to tell me in 2020, did you see what they did to our country? They defaced our structures. They defaced it. That is racism. They were fighting us. The simple question I will ask him, was there a trigger? What started it?
Madam Zita.
The riot just don't start. People will just start and start bombing. They're not mad.
Madam Zita, my point is that everybody can get triggers, but you do not see the Black Americans going to go and bomb their city. Do you think they have not been triggered multiple times? They have. So, do you think the Black people went to go and start doing redlining against the white Americans? They did not. Do you think the Black Americans started cooking them, started using them as furniture? They did not. When you are living in a system where there is a history of that kind of systemic attack just because of racial reasons, in that kind of environment, you do not welcome people that are claiming free speech. You dare not. If you try it in the Netherlands, your career is finished because they are educated enough to know the consequences and where it can lead to. They are far right rising people. And when you look at where it is rising, it is in mostly uneducated places, right? Places where people are uneducated, places where they've introduced that nonsense of saying somebody is just trying to speak freely. That's how it starts. They get you comfortable. They get you comfortable with nonsense. After getting you comfortable with nonsense, they're able to push what you want to push without having any pushback. And you are saying, okay, it is not a Black nation. Yes, In fact, America is more of a black nation than the Netherlands, but the Netherlands is smart enough. They are smart enough not to play that kind of rubbish nonsense with anybody. You are just used to rubbish standard, and you are getting
you are funny. You don't
more
know
and
if I
more.
don't dare.
You are even creating excuses for nonsense treatment.
Bros, have I told you a story of my pickpocket? They pickpocket my wallet.
That kind of
that your Netherlands. Oh boy, I beg. I don't know why you're dwelling in this, but let me tell you that your Netherlands. They are not racist, okay? Okay, no problem. Let me tell you this.
No, don't twist my words. I did not say they are not. I said they are immediate.
Listen,
Madam Zita, their immediate career ending.
Can you listen, please? Can you listen?
But
I really don't. I really listen. I really don't like.
My words. I never said they are not racist yet.
I really don't like people complaining in a place they tolerate. The good thing about black people is that they have a whole continent to themselves. As I said before, let me repeat it again. You don't like it, leave it. Get the hell out of the place. Period.
Why would I? When I can report it,
listen to
get
me.
the person punished and get financial gain. Why would I?
I don't want us to be going around because I noticed that you choose who to call a racist and who not to call a racist. It doesn't work like that for me.
Well,
but the only thing I'm telling you
is
that
all
right, don't like it, leave it. Please get the hell out of that place and go to Africa.
All right, sorry, we must move on. I thought we'd already gone past that topic.
And the law financially rewards me for it. Maybe the law has more common sense to know what is right and wrong. If the law supports me on who I choose it is all the time, and I get financially rewarded for it, maybe the law has common sense. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be. Instead of getting conditioned to rubbish. Somebody saying they are speaking freely, they are saying nigga, and you are along and you are creating excuses for them. You are creating excuses for them.
All right. Thank you, Solly. I thought we had already gone past that topic, but thank you, Solly. Nevertheless, it's the passion that brought it back. Let's move the conversation back to Nigeria. Take it in the direction of Remy, who has not had the floor. Maybe you want to go to the headline, Remy. This is Aisha Yesufu, who is saying that she's finding it somewhat difficult to stomach the idea of Peter Obi fraternizing with El Rufai. But that is the nature of politics. But then, if they accept Peter Obi fraternizing with El Rufai, then they lose the moral high ground which they claim they occupy. So, what are you making of this conundrum? That
to be frank, it's quite funny. There's a lot of fraudster in Nigeria. Some in religious way, some will use what do we call Yahoo or whatever. So many ways. This is a so-called woman using religion to deceive a lot of people that she is very sincere. Now, see what she's doing. She's trying to tell probably the obedient that, no, okay, we can just accept it, go along with everybody. This clearly showed that, I'm sorry to use this again, most Nigerians are politically naive and a lot of people are gullible. Yeah, that is the truth. I'm so sorry to use that.
I mean, they are useful idiots, huh?
Yeah. How can you, for God's sake, the person you know, El Rufai is intelligent person, but unfortunately his political view and the way he governed that state, it's nothing to write home about. And the same so-called person that your principal Obi said they are criminal element, this is the same person you are stooping so low to go and beg. It's just an high soul. You went to them and begged both Atiku and Peter and El Rufai and the rest. For what reason? You have 6 million votes. What?
Remy, don't you think Yusufu is looking for the door to exit the obedient movement?
No, this is not a door to exit. This is a hush mama second time. The gullible one will donate money again. And they'll put him in charge. And she'll continue to make money. She's trying to tell them that.
No, I know. what I'm saying is that, like, so you think that Yusufu, let's say Obi comes out, Remy, and is now deputy to Atiku, how would Yusufu justify that to the obedient? Because she
What
has
do you
misinformation,
expect?
right?
She already said it now that they have to dine with the devil and everybody just to get there. So she will accept Obi as VP to Atiku. That indirectly, that's what she's trying to tell the obedient.
So, what is the constitutional role of vice president in government?
Nothing. Just
No,
the
economy
Atiku will
and
just tell him sit down, stand up.
It doesn't have the last say, even when it comes to that economy. It was just designated, okay, you
Nothing.
oversee that. The presidency has the final say, right?
Yes. Even as a national security advisor, to me, you are more even powerful than a vice president. Because you know what is exactly going on in that country, security-wise, economic-wise, everything. You know everything. Especially with the way they have technology, using technology nowadays. So I think, to me personally, I think it clearly shows that a lot of Nigerians are gullible. Because for God's sake, even Obi himself as a presidential candidate, I don't know, no principle, no ideology, nothing.
So you
He
don't
just
think a large chunk of the obedience will leave the movement if he joins Atiku?
No, a lot already left. So many people have already left Obi. That is the truth. And the result will come to be in 2027.
We
Because
say
I've
half
seen
of them.
even so many of them on the black app that they used to support him, they have left him. They are also speaking
I'm
against him.
saying that, Remy, do you think up to half of them will, let's say it's the 6 million, right? Do you think about 3 million will leave if he joins?
No. I think probably about 50% have left outside the shores of the southeast.
Already?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But that's true now because a lot of Peter Obi's votes were special purpose votes. Then it was the Christian Muslim votes. So that's no longer. There's a lot that would not go. I don't think Peter Obi carries more than 3 million votes in actual core votes. You know.
Yeah. So I think that. Go ahead.
It would be interesting to hear Rufai Hosseini's position if that ever happens, because he has to defend it, right? He has to defend it.
They have started having their own house of commotion already.
By the way, I saw the video. What's going on with Arise lately? They're having all this. What's going on in the house of commotion?
Because they have started. It's like the bubble have come. What do you say? I think most of them have started having a house of commotion, and everybody thinks that the way Rufai Hosseini is doing, maybe sometimes it's not. They might not really like it, but because they are working together, sometimes they have to just absorb it and move on. But you get to a stage that they cannot take it anymore. So if there's a clarification on a video or a topic, that is good enough. Why should you be insisting that blah 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 blah? Everybody knows that every country in the world there is corruption, and there is no way you can eliminate corruption 100%. So
Remy?
even yeah.
Remy, do you think Arise was paid to support Obi?
Yes, of course. That is the truth.
Sometimes I wonder how much Adeleke paid for retainment with the Arise for the cheap PR they kept doing for him. This guy is the worst governors in the entire cycle.
I think Obasanjo with the founder of Arise TV, maybe they are Georgia friends, and probably they are the one that promoted. Actually, it's Obasanjo project, that will be of 2023. So it's Obasanjo project because they knew quite well that they thought that if they push Obi forward and with what Buhari did, that Obi has a better chance. But unfortunately, they were unable to penetrate the northeast and the northwest. So that is the major problem. Even if you put Obi forward now, are you sure Obi will get the same vote in the north central that he got in? Because you are not going to go to them take back your country church. That one is over. So that kind of factor is not going to be in play anymore. So it's Obasanjo project, and the project is entirely against Tinubu. But unfortunately for them, they lost out. And since that time, Obasanjo, as usual, he has moved on. He does not care anymore. And he knows that whatever that happened is Tinubu.
Is he still alive?
Because we are waiting. He said he's
By your move on though. That Baba is still perpetrating evil wonders. He didn't move
no
to
matter
anywhere.
the evil is perpetrating, because Tinubu is the president, we have a lot of dozer on him already now. And Tinubu will not, it's not Buhari and it's not Jonathan. He will use it against him. He will use it, and Obasanjo being a greedy man, they will have a way to silence him. But what can he do? He cannot influence nothing. He has been in this kind
You
of
think Tinubu can silence Obasanjo?
he can. If he really wants, he can silence him.
Are you sure?
How do you silence people? It's not by
Sani
telling him.
Abacha tried to suppress, not silenced, but he came up on top.
No. It's quite unfortunate for him that time.
I'm telling you that if you think any president in Nigeria, whether now or in the future, can silence that man.
But what? Okay, you just let him be. What has he influenced since about 12 years ago? The only thing that he influenced, what has he influenced? Since he put Jonathan and Yaradua there, all the previous 3 elections, what has he influenced? As his candidate won, is 0. So this kind of person, you have 2 things. You either manage him or you just let him continue to write his letter usually. Continue to write whatever you want to write. So no influence, nothing. So,
Okay. It may not have much influence domestically. More. What about mounting pressure on the current administration in the international arena?
what kind of pressure can he mount now?
I mean, he still have his reach in
Let me ask you this
international
question.
space. Though.
Let me ask you this question. Before the election, before 2023 election, people were withdrawing money with their own cash. You want to take 1,000, they will take 300 naira away from you. Now the economy, all by the world rating, I said Nigerian economy is stable. External reserve have increased a lot. People are going about their normal business. The only issue that most Nigerians will talk about is that even the issue of food, the price is coming down. It's not rice is 120,000 per bag in 2024. Now it's below 70,000. Some of the local food like gari and beans and red, they are coming down. So what is it going to talk about? It being pound again? That is not the economic indices. You look at what is happening. He's also not stupid. He's also a farmer. And he exports most of his eggs to Denmark. So they can cripple him if he want to, and a 90-year-old man still like money like that, they can cripple his business too. So what is he going to talk about? Talk about insecurity. What is so special? It's not, the insecurity is not as worse as Buhari era, when the farmers when the elders are clashing with the farmers. No, we don't have that one anymore. People go back to their farm, especially in all parts of the rest of the country, except probably you can talk about maybe in the northeast or northwest or part of north central. So what are we talking here? And people are keen to different programs of the government. People are getting money, stipend 20,000. If you go to a technical school, it's not free. So many things, so many programs that people are keen to. I'm not talking about people that like to complain. They don't want to see the good about the government. But people knows what is going on. Some people recently, they're from the communication minister, they are going to various skills acquisition that give them opportunity to get a remote job from Google, Apple, and the rest. Those ones are the ones that are smartest. But those ones, the rest, continue to complain. So I think, yeah, fine. I'm done.
All right, brilliant. Thank you, Remy. So thank you, Remy. I think Zita lost connection. Hopefully she's back in a moment. We go on from you, Remy, to Dewale. So Dewale, the floor is yours. We were talking about Mele Kyari being arrested. We were talking about also the arrest of a guy that was trying to proclaim himself the Obi of Lagos. A very dumb move in this climate that we're in. And then we were also talking about what else? Well, there was this story going around that the Qataris are putting travel restrictions on Nigeria. Peter will be fraternizing with El Rufai, or anything else that interests you. Floor is yours, Dewale.
Thank you, woman. I hope people won't go to sleep on me because they always do. But I'll be brief and short. I didn't know much about the conversation, but based on what...
How is your daughter, by the way? We usually hear her in the background. Has she gone to bed?
I don't know. Oh, she has gone to bed. It's
One
past
man,
11.
one man. The Palm Wine show starts right now.
Yes, level.
No, no, I will make it more academic tonight. I won't be like slow motion kind of a discussion. Anyway, based on what one man told me, let me start with the man parading himself as Obi of Lagos. Look, I don't really know much about the whole story, but one thing is that I know there is a particular. I think there's an ordinance, or is it a law in Lagos State where for you to be holding any a chieftaincy title, the Lagos State has to clear you one way or the other, or
It's
something like that.
Nigerian law.
If you
Diwali,
Nigerian law, okay.
Nigerian law.
So that being said, you cannot violate it and you expect that you're going to go scot free. And this idea of establishing territory in places, it didn't start with the southeastern people. I found out that the Hausas in Agege has been there for God knows long, and the story of Agege, in particular, they have this head of the Hausas in Agege. Then I was told that, I mean, I learned that it wasn't even called Agege at the beginning, that it was Agege, but because they couldn't pronounce, or, because of Yoruba accent, so they started calling it Agege, and that was how the place was transformed to Agege. But whether that story was true or not, and today the Lagos state government recognizes the person that has been in the position, has been in charge of that area, for a very long time. And it's an older person as well. And as there was a video or picture of even Tinubu himself with that particular individual, because they weigh a very high political weight in those areas. Even current Speaker of Lagos State Assembly also identified with that particular man. So for somebody to say, I'm just going to declare myself Obi, I don't know all this where they have this audacity to be doing what they. These are the things that you can't do from where they come from. It doesn't even matter whether from southeast or from northwest or whatever. There's some things you cannot do, and you can't violate the law and expect that you're just gonna go scot free. No, you have to, especially a very touchy issue like chieftaincy issues and other. No, you can see that the way the Ghanaian reacted the last time somebody trying to declare themselves. Is it an Obi or Sultan of Southeast in Ghana? So this time around, nobody can crowd foul now that, oh, somebody is being prosecuted because of where they come from or whatever. If you don't go through the proper channel you're supposed to go, then whatever you see is your business. So that's that about that. I learned that Obi is back in the antagonist saddle now. I wonder who gave him the look as an opposition. You don't take it as a job. It's not nobody paid you. You're only preparing ground for your own political influence. However, I saw the way Arise celebrated him as if, oh, he took a break, now he's back. For crying out loud, Talo Ronsha, who sent him there? Nobody asked you to antagonize government on my behalf. I can criticize the government. I can make my own sound decision whether to support the current administration or not. But him being the most loudest among the opposition for now, I guess he's doing the groundwork for the supporter. And his adopted political party, the ADC, I don't know the direction that party is going to. I don't think that man is really serious about contesting in 2027. And if he had agreed to become the vice president candidate to Atiku Abubakar, I pity that man. One, you think he has more follower and clout. A lot of people have left him, they've gone because he's a directionless leader. When you have somebody who couldn't make up his own mind or establish a platform for people to genuinely follow him, that makes him not a leader, but an usurper or opportunist. And people have seen him for who he is.
Sorry, Dewale. I'm going to send the link into the comment section. We'll be taking it to the back in about 10 minutes. None of the after hours hosts are around, so and I'm up for it's nearly 6 a.m. here. So so carry on, Dewale. But we'll be taking it to the back in about 10 minutes. Anybody that wants to come to the back, just come into the studio. Back to you, Dewale.
Okay, and that was the reason why I asked that question earlier. Where does that lead Baba Ahmed? Because I could see his presence in the media lately. He's been criticizing ADC so much that you even think that where does he stand with his, principal? Are they in the same boat, or he's about to move, or what is going on with him? And when it seems somebody is being left behind, they will start throwing tantrum. And I could see some of his recent interview in the media is towards that. So, and for those who think that ADC is going to amount to something this election, a coming general election. By the way, I wanted to ask, when is the tenure of the current INEC chairman going to end? Is it going to end before the next general election,
I,
or
I,
is
I
it going to
think
be
I
after?
think it's in November. This November, I
No,
think.
this November. Okay.
Is that right, Remy? Am I right?
Yeah, you are right. It's November.
Yeah.
Oh, great. So that means Tinubu could easily do the extension or replace him, but I foresee that he's going to replace him because he's doing the groundwork at the state level where he's appointing residency commissioner that are kind of loyal to the APC. And ADC and other opposition are kicking now, but they have no choice because once National Assembly confirmed them, there's nothing they could do. So, in that regard, APC is preparing the ground and ADC is going to lose out. Like somebody said, none of the current governors are openly supporting ADC. And if you are not supporting now, I wonder what will become their fate if the crunchy time comes. So what I foresee is that they are going to leave ADC in limbo, and they know because to prosecute general election is not a small money. Like somebody asked, where would the money come from? Atiku doesn't have the money. None of these people have the money. So when you don't have the muscle to confront the incumbent, then what are you going to do? It's unfortunate. And at the end of it all, those who I think that will be picking up the party, I haven't seen Atiku Abubakar having, registering for ADC as a party member. I haven't seen it yet. He's supposed to have done it, but today, the same thing with Obi as well. So I wonder the kind of game they are playing. I don't know. I don't see that. We can
And
never. I don't see that.
they were mapping. One man, we didn't bring up this reverse thing. Diwali, do you know is the 6 month up yet for him to return?
I think it's going to be in this September.
Yes,
Oh,
I think it's in a couple of weeks.
It's
No, I think
September.
it's actually next week, isn't it?
Is it? Okay. So for that one, I mean, you could see the tranquility and some level of quietness come to River State for now. So I don't see the reason why Tinubu would want to extend it. Even the optic, I mean, the warring parties, you've seen them join together, attending parties together. That tells you that the state is stable and there's no reason to extend the tenure of that administrator, except the government will be, I don't know. If they decided not to bring Fubara back, I think there will be some level of, I don't know. The entire state might go up on Tinubu, but I don't see reason why it must
Yeah,
extend it.
there is no basis. Yeah,
The
sorry,
sole,
carry on, Remy.
the sole administrator already filing his final report yesterday. So
Okay, great.
no
There's
problem.
no point because the APC won in the state. They retain PDP to hold the Obiapo. So what is the reason why they must extend the tenure of the administrator? There's no reason why. There's no reason. And once Fubara comes back, he will join APC. It's as simple as APC. Even if it is reluctantly, he will still join that APC because his block cost now is in the hands of the APC.
And
So
Diwali,
yeah.
one more. Do you think Ambode has a chance to return?
That's the joke of the century. I've heard in this thing.
Hold on, no, but don't dismiss. I was having it back and forth with Baba yesterday. I feel okay. Well, you say it doesn't have a chance. Carry on, but I think it's going to be on that ballot.
Well, that is going to affect the party because before now there's been Sanwo-Olu's deputy has been touted as a successor to the incumbent. Ambode coming back. Remember the reason why this.
They were hold on. Is he from Lagos West?
What is it?
I'm local now. If I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. Go. I think it's one man. Is it son of Lagos?
No,
I'm not sure. I don't
no,
really
it's
know
from
Lagos.
Ekpe now. It's representing Ekpe constituency. I don't think it can be. The current administration, the current Sanwo-Olu is from is it Lagos Central? I don't think so. And remember the issue that ousted this man. It's still on result. I mean, when was the last time you heard of Ambode? The last time I heard of him was when he was campaigning for Tinubu. When he joined his last outing, if I remember, was when Tinubu came to Lagos officially, and he joined the previous governors on the stage. Even with that outing, it was still a little bit like out of place kind of a thing. I don't know, but I say it as a joke. I say as a joke. To me, I don't think you should have even come back to gov. So after 8 years now, what would you want to come to do? To me, I believe we were just, maybe asking Tinubu to make him a minister or something like that.
I was even sure that they didn't even give me anything at the federal level, maybe like a minister or something.
That would be too. Remember some of those, what do you call those governing body, governors advisory council, whatever they call them. Their grievance against him has not been resolved.
Do you remember that press conference he did live on TV when he was calling Sanwo-Olu psych?
Yeah.
That was what ended his political career. That was
he actually dug it. He dug it himself. That's why I call it a joke of the century. To me, I don't know. Coming back to do what? To finish what he started. Most of what he started has been completed by Sanwo-Olu, and he took credit for it. So, he's going to start again from the scratch. To me, I don't think he should have done that. He should have asked Tinubu to compensate him by giving him, as a compensation, compensate who? To give him a federal appointment, maybe at the federal level. Look at Cardoso. Cardoso was brought from nowhere. Cardoso was only loyal to Tinubu.
Actually, Ambode is not truly a politician. It's more or less like a technician or civil servant.
Technocrat.
So I don't think he's interested in anything. I think what you said is right. They might give him a ministerial post, or maybe they are preparing a senatorial seat for him. That's what he
that would be fine instead of being a governor. Instead of being a governor.
No. I think they are going to look, to me, I think they are going to look for another technocrat. And that technocrat is going to be a Muslim. And that is
they could. I think they will compensate the Amzat this time around.
They are not going to give it to Amzat. Forget it. No, it's not going to happen.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Is him and Sanwo-Olu from the same constituency?
No, they are not going to give it to Amzat. You have to look at the way they play their politics. Look at Lagos State. Tell me where a deputy governor, after the governor became the governor of that state, they have already tried for him. 8 years as deputy governor is good enough for you. So the best
but it was more or less a sacrifice, though, because he was the one trying to, contesting it with the Sanwo-Olu then.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's why they compensated him. Okay, fine. The party is not supporting you, but go for deputy governor. And it was there. It's enough.
But I think this time around, Korodu people might even want to say, enough of this. We want to produce somebody at least. Maybe.
West.
All right, gentlemen, let me acknowledge the super tatas and then we take it to the back. Ayo kicked it off. Timajek picked it up, and then Timajek still running away with it right there. That's Timajek, who is making sure that the platform is properly lubricated. That's still Timajek right there. And the latest installment is Timajek still. So thank you everyone. See you tomorrow. I'll send the link again. The conversation will still carry. The link is actually there. The conversation will still carry on, but it will not be in the full broadcast. So if you want to come in, you can just come in. Thank you everyone. See you tomorrow. Back to you guys. Back to you.